Back to businesses. Though in my defense, Honey consistently referred to the 30,000 stores on its platform as participating stores. So one would assume that every store on Honey's platform joined willingly and with consent. Yet clearly, that wasn't the case. So I reached out to several business owners to learn more.
Honey takes the codes that people use on our website, the discount codes, and makes them public to everybody who's using Honey.
We started having problems where customers would get in touch via our support website saying, oh, hey, I just tried to use this discount, this 60% off coupon, and it doesn't work. And I'd be like, we can look into it. Like, dude, that is not your discount. Like, how did you get that? And they'd be like, oh, it just showed up through the Honey extension.
I hadn't heard about Honey before, and I was just hanging out on the couch with my girlfriend, and she made some comment about, oh, this app Honey that basically gives you all these coupon codes, and I think she asked if we were on it. I said no, and then she checked out our website and said, oh, you actually are on it, and it's giving this 15 or 20% discount code. And so that's when I found out about it, and I was pretty shocked because I didn't know how long it had been going on for. It cost us thousands, and I haven't even looked into how far back it went, but I know we just ended the code right away.
Now, if you think that sounds bad, well, trust me, it gets a whole lot worse. But first, it's important we understand the scale of this issue. As you just heard, these store owners clearly never consented to being on Honey, so they can't possibly be among the so-called 30,000 participating stores, right? So why was Honey lying to consumers about the true number of stores supported by its platform? And just how many stores did Honey add to its platform without consent? Was it hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands? Well, that's where things get interesting. You see, when I started combing through the business side of Honey's website, I noticed that Honey claims to only be partnered with 10,000 brands. That's 20,000 less than what they advertised to consumers. So I figured, okay, I guess 10,000 stores intentionally partnered with Honey, and the remaining 20,000 never signed up. Now, that would already be incredibly concerning and deeply misleading. But as it turns out, the deception is far worse than that. You see, as I continued digging, I stumbled across this file from Honey's extension called supported domains, which gets loaded onto your computer when you install Honey. And this file contains a list of over 180,000 online stores. That's a massive discrepancy from what's advertised anywhere on Honey's website. Now, of course, we could start making assumptions based on those numbers alone, but we don't have to. Because it just so happens that Honey also keeps detailed information for each of the online stores in this list, and it's relatively easy to access that data. For example, on Chrome, if we click Manage Extensions, turn on Developer Mode, click on the Service Worker for Honey, and click on the Network tab, we can now monitor what Honey does behind the scenes a little closer. So if we say visit apple.com, we can see that Honey is now accessing information from their database related to Apple. Looking at this one in particular, we can see that 2.9 million Honey users visited Apple's website in the past 30 days. We can also see that none of those users saved any money from coupons because, well, Honey has no coupon codes for Apple's website. We can even see internal support and monetization notes that were left by Honey's employees. Interesting. Most importantly, however, we can also see that Honey has an affiliate link for Apple's website, confirming that Apple does have an affiliate partnership with Honey. But if we look at the same data for, say, Abercrombie & Fitch, we can see that Honey doesn't have an affiliate link, yet Honey is still offering coupon codes for that store. And sure enough, if we click Apply Coupons on Abercrombie & Fitch, Honey doesn't load an affiliate link through that infamous sneaky tab. Aha! Things are starting to make more sense. So all I had to do now was collect this data for every store in Honey's database. The only problem is, collecting this data for one store is easy, but doing it for 180,000, that would literally take years. Unless, of course, you created a little program that automated the entire process, crawling through that massive list, scraping Honey's data store by store, and neatly organizing the most relevant data points into a nice, easy to read spreadsheet. Well, that's exactly what we have here, but I can't take any credit for the spreadsheet because this was all the work of someone much better at this stuff than I am, and he goes by the name of Jelte. He's a developer from the Netherlands, awesome guy. And I cannot thank him enough because holy shit, there is a treasure trove of data in this spreadsheet. We now have all the details for every store, every coupon code, every developer
Holy
note,
shit.
all curated into one lovely spreadsheet. It's glorious. PayPal will not like me having this data, but too bad. And Jelte will be releasing this data publicly on Twitter shortly following the release of this video. Link to his Twitter is below, so make sure you give him a follow if you want to catch that drop. Alright, so now that we have this spreadsheet, we can finally confirm that at the time this data was collected, Honey supported 35,000 stores with affiliate links and an additional 146,000 stores without affiliate links. So yes, there was some truth to their claim of supporting 30,000 participating stores. They just conveniently left out the eeny-weeny fact that they dragged an additional 146,000 stores onto their platform, presumably without consent. Now, consider this. If you're Honey and your platform supports 180,000 stores, surely you'd be screaming that from the rooftops, right? 180,000 sounds a whole lot more impressive than 30,000. Honey knows that, so why hide the real number? Clearly, Honey decided that keeping this little secret to themselves outweighed the benefits of advertising it. Now, as a consumer, you might be thinking, so what if Honey leaks a few coupon codes? Even if a business never gave consent, surely that would just drive more sales for the business, right? Well, it's not that simple.
No,
Why?
lose money.
Well, you see, coupon codes are more than just discounts for consumers. They're also a vital marketing tool for businesses. Virtually all coupon codes have a strategic purpose behind them. For example, many online stores will offer a 10% discount as an incentive for signing up to their newsletter. The consumer gets a 10% discount, and the business gets your email address for marketing. It's a simple tit-for-tat exchange. But if Honey snatches up that coupon and makes it available to everyone, well, now the business is losing 10% while gaining nothing in return. The entire purpose behind that coupon code gets destroyed, stripping away any incentive for the business to continue offering it. But it's not just newsletter coupons. Stores will also offer discounts to reward and maintain loyalty, like offering exclusive VIP codes to repeat high-value customers. Many businesses will even offer specialty discounts to military veterans or first responders, just to show their appreciation. But also, some businesses have private discount codes like 50 or 80% off that are strictly intended for use by employees or friends and family. So when Honey comes along,
Honey
finds
steals
all of these
it,
codes
right.
and hands them out like candy to its millions of users, not only does it cause a negative strategic impact, but it also causes significant financial harm. In fact, this has become such a significant problem for online stores that there are now multiple paid services to help e-commerce stores block extensions like Honey. Even well-known retailers are paying to prevent these issues. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth does Honey get access to private coupon codes like employee discounts if they're not available to the public? Well, I came across this marketing podcast where they discussed the issue.
What happens is if I have Honey, for example, and I'm one of your best customers at your e-commerce store, and you decide you're going to do a promotion for your VIP customers, maybe it's a flash sale, and you send me a special code. I go to your website, I legitimately have that code from you, I type it into the promo code field at checkout. Because I have Honey in my browser, it is able to scrape that code then and give it to everybody who uses it. We've seen codes like Military Hero 30, clearly intended for a veteran. And then in another case, even worse, in another case, my CEO found a men's apparel brand where they had a $75 off coupon code, but they didn't set a minimum order value. And so people were able to get unlimited merchandise for free as long as they kept their order value at $75 or under.
Okay, that's insane.
Whoa.
But I have to admit, at first, I was a little skeptical of the claim that Honey was snatching codes from users without their consent. Because whenever I entered in a coupon code Honey didn't recognize, the extension would always ask for my permission before taking it, or so I thought. But as it turns out, the moment you type in a coupon code, Honey immediately sends that code directly to their servers, and then they ask for your consent. How do I know? Well, you see, a developer who would like to remain anonymous noticed that Honey leaked their source code inside of their iOS app. Whoops. So this developer extracted the code and sent it to me. We can actually further verify this with a live example. Watch what Honey does in the background as I enter in this coupon. Honey realizes that it doesn't have this code yet and asks for my consent to share it. But look at this. Before I've clicked anything, Honey has already sent that coupon code to their server, including the details of how much money that coupon saved me, all without my consent. Now, Honey might argue that if you click don't share, they never actually use those coupons. And maybe they don't. Maybe those codes just sit in their database doing nothing. We can't say for certain. However, if you read Honey's privacy policy, it explicitly states that they collect data such as coupons, promo codes, and deals you found. So while they ask for a user's consent, their privacy policy clearly allows them to take that data without it. So why does this matter? Well, it matters because when private codes get leaked, businesses don't just lose money, they're often left in the dark, unable to trace how those codes were exposed in the first place. I've personally found several coupon codes through Honey that were clearly intended for private use. This one coupon I found worked like a $35 gift voucher, meaning I could make unlimited free orders provided my cart value was $35 or under. When I alerted the business, they appeared to have no idea how the code had been leaked. Now, believe it or not, this nightmare for online stores only gets worse.
So we usually use discount codes as a way to track when influencers or partners are sending traffic to us so that we can identify the sale was attributed to that influencer and pay them a commission. So I think we saw one code started to get used like way more, and we were like, wow, we're paying this influencer so much, they're doing so well. And I was like a little bit suspicious.
A lot of times discount codes are the only way for you to understand if a YouTuber that you love and would love to partner with is actually driving incremental value to your business. Those codes would immediately get picked up by Honey, and then they'd be used hundreds of thousands of times. And you'd be like, all right, like not only does that negatively impact our business, it was for that audience, but we have no idea which podcaster we should continue to support.
Now, if you're someone who listens to podcasts, you probably know exactly what Chip is talking about here. When brands advertise on podcasts, affiliate links aren't always practical. Listeners could be running, driving, or doing the laundry without easy access to a computer. So, instead, brands will provide podcasters with a unique coupon code. And each time the listener uses that coupon code at checkout, the podcaster earns a commission, just like an affiliate link. So these are not your typical coupon codes. Behind them, you have an influencer that's trying to earn a living, you have a business paying to promote their product, and there's usually a contract binding the two together. Regardless, Honey will step in, leak the codes to users, disrupting that business relationship.
Fucking hell,
The
dude.
result, not only do brands
So
end up
messed
losing
up.
money from the leaked discounts, on top of that, they're now forced to pay undeserved commissions to the influencers whose codes got leaked. It's easy to imagine how quickly something like this could spiral out of control. In fact, one business owner on Twitter reported losing $100,000 from this exact issue, and he only realized it happening several months later. It's no laughing matter. And if you think this is a huge win for influencers because they get paid a bunch of undeserved commissions, well, think again.
I mean,
we basically pulled all out of the podcast realm because there was really no way to figure out how to attribute any successes or failures.
We basically can't do that anymore because as soon as a code becomes used by one person, it's suddenly used by everybody.
This is a nightmare situation for everyone involved, but not all businesses are affected equally. Honey's actions are especially devastating for small businesses that lack the resources of larger brands. The big retailers can push back. They have dedicated marketing teams, advanced analytic tools, and the legal muscle to respond. Smaller businesses, on the other hand, don't have that luxury. So when a multi-billion-dollar company like PayPal piles on more obstacles, it's not just frustrating, it's downright predatory. In fact, Made in Cookware CEO Chip perfectly summed up the devastating impact Honey's actions can have on a small business.
When you're in the early stages of building a business, you're in the stage of, will this company even work? Is there product market fit? How do I scale this thing? Can the economics work, right? And so all the things we talked about, these discount codes and the kind of removal of attribution and killing margin, like those really affect the early stages of a company, from everything from where do I put the next dollar in to make sure I can survive down to, you're taking 10, 15, 20% of my sales without me wanting it. And We have digital marketing costs, we have shipping costs, we have all these stacks of costs that not only are getting more inflated over time, like FedEx has been raising their rates over time, warehousing costs have gone up, costs have gone up as inflation for the last 4 or 5 years, right? Like all the cost structures have been going up, and to have someone just stealing and compressing the actual revenue you want, like puts small businesses in a real squeeze. It's just really disappointing, and it doesn't even work, because at the end of the day, like you need to make the numbers work. And if Honey is going to steal 10% of your revenue all the time, you're going to have to raise prices at the end of the day to make up for that, right? And so it's not only not effective, but it makes it worse for the consumer. It compresses for the small business owner any margin, and it's just like a really awful business model. Like we've been so mad at them for so long.
Really sad. And Chip's point about the impact to consumers is especially important. If Honey's eroding profit margins from retailers and they're forced to increase prices, well, that ultimately affects consumers. Now, as you'd expect, these businesses don't just let these issues slide. Naturally, they reach out to Honey to complain, asking to be removed from the platform. And that, unfortunately, is where the story takes a much darker turn. You see, Honey is well aware of the inconvenience it creates for these online stores. So when they inevitably reach out to Honey, asking to be removed, does Honey oblige?
No.
Of course not. Instead, Honey goes, how about this? We'll give you full control over which coupons go live on our platform, but only if you partner with us. I kid you not. In fact, Chip was kind enough to share his email exchanges with Honey from 2020. And you need to see it because holy shit, it's bad. Now, it is a long email chain, so I'm not going to read the entire thing, but you're welcome to pause to read the bits I skim over. Hi, I am the CEO of Meeting Cookware. Please remove us from your app. You've scraped a private friends and family code from our checkout and put it on the platform for others to use. We've lost a bunch of revenue. 4 days later, Honey responds with, hi Chip, thanks for reaching out. Honey supports over 40,000 stores online, and we always prioritize protecting the Honey experience for users by supporting available stores and displaying available codes. We can absolutely remove the code in question. In order to protect the Honey experience for our users, we typically do not remove codes unless we have a working relationship. I mean, right off the bat, they're basically saying, we won't compromise the experience for our users unless you pay us. Classy. We'd love to discuss how we can work more closely and partner with your brand. Chip replies the same day, we don't offer affiliate deals to coupon sites. We'd like to be removed from your site and extension completely. With the sales pitch not going to plan, Honey brings in their global partnerships manager, Kelly Rodick, who explains to Chip that his leak code was added through Honey's user-generated coupon functionality. No surprises there. She completely ignores his request to be removed from the platform, only offering to remove the leaked employee discount. Chip replies the same day, our friends and family code was listed on your site. That was an internal code meant for a small group of people that was never published anywhere. Our whole site can't be removed from your app. Honey only responds a week later, confirming they removed the employee discount, but again, completely ignores Chip's request to be removed from Honey. Chip responds immediately, pushing for an answer, but they ignore his email completely. A month later, and Honey leaks another private discount code. Hi, please remove from your app. That is a private code behind a private employee perk login. This should never be public. I don't understand how you feel taking a private employee perk and making that public to the world is helping our business. Honey responds confirming they removed the code, but instead of taking responsibility, they try shifting the blame onto Chip, suggesting his employees might be responsible for sharing the code with Honey. But given what we know about their system, I'm willing to bet Honey were responsible for the leak, not Chip's employees. Honey then suggests that Chip creates single-use codes for each and every employee, essentially making it his responsibility to fix a problem they created in the first place. I would be fuming if this were my business. 2 months later, and another private code gets leaked, and once again, Chip asks to be completely removed from the platform. And this time, Honey finally addresses the question. We proudly host a consistent shopping experience for all Honey shoppers who rely on our shopping tools. Therefore, we cannot disable Honey for individual stores, and never have. Never have, huh? Well, that's interesting, because it just so happens that Andrew from TrueGrit Texture Supply also shared his email exchange with Honey. And would you believe it? He was dealing with the exact same Honey employee as Chip. And while Honey attempted the same sales pitch with Andrew, they did eventually remove his store from the platform. So yes, it is possible, and yes, they have done it before. Once again, we've caught Honey in yet another calculated and deliberate lie. And make no mistake, it was deliberate because this employee, Kelly, confirmed the removal of Andrew's store just 1 month before assuring Chip that Honey had never removed a store before. Honey clearly has the capability to remove stores, they just choose to enforce that decision selectively. Keep in mind, Honey knows exactly how many of their users are visiting a given store and how much they are spending. So I'd speculate that this selective enforcement comes entirely down to which stores Honey believes will make them the most money. Now for the record, I didn't even get through that entire email chain between Chip and Honey. It goes on and on. And this behavior is not an isolated incident, it's a pattern.
When merchants discover the codes are leaked and then they want to clamp down on that, they go to these coupon extensions and plea and request to have their codes removed. And 9 times out of 10, the response is join our affiliate program and you'll have more granular control over that. And so I think merchants tend to feel a little bit as though they're being blackmailed or extorted, because you join the affiliate program and then you have to pay that coupon extension company every time somebody uses a code. And you're doing that in order to have them not share your code.
That is not okay.
I mean, this has got to be one of the most f***ed up business models I have ever seen. And let's be real about what's going on here. In my opinion, it's economic extortion. Just think about it. Imagine one day deciding to start your own business. You've saved up all this money and invested it all into this one big idea. You're taking on a huge risk. And as you navigate the daily struggles of running a business, a bad actor sneaks into your store without you ever noticing. They quietly start collecting coupons from your customers and start handing them out at your checkout counter. Then one day, you notice a customer with a voucher that was clearly never intended for them. And you have absolutely no idea how they got it. But when you eventually catch the culprit and demand that they leave your store, they refuse, and there's nothing you can do about it. Knowing this, the bad actor leverages the harm they manufactured by strong-arming you into signing a partnership deal, where the only way to stop the damage they created is by paying them. Honey's business model starts to make a lot more sense now, doesn't it? It makes sense why they dragged 146,000 stores onto their platform and kept quiet about it. Because by doing so, they wedged themselves between those stores and their customers, disrupting, interfering, and ultimately taking control over their coupon strategies. And the only way for those stores to regain some of that control is by paying Honey. I mean, why else would any of these stores partner with and pay Honey if they're already on the platform for free? The answer is simple. The stores don't pay for inclusion, they pay for exclusion, for damage control. It makes sense. Now, to be clear, I'm not suggesting that all of Honey's 35,000 partnered stores were coerced into joining their platform. I'm sure many signed up willingly. After all, Honey does offer a cashback program, which some stores genuinely like to offer users. And just look at the glowing case studies on Honey's website. Some of the numbers they throw around make partnering with Honey look like an absolute no-brainer. Increased average order value, reduced cart abandonment, that's music to the ears of any e-commerce store owner. But of course, if the benefits were truly as good as they say, you'd expect that brands who partner with Honey never look back, right? Well, here's a little statistic Honey doesn't want brands to see, and it's from their own data. This right here is a list of stores that, at some point, tried a partnership with Honey, then decided, yeah, no thanks, and ended the partnership. There's 15,000 of them. That's 15,000 brands that, at some point, were partnered with Honey, but no longer are. And this is based on the limited data I have access to. The actual number is potentially a lot higher. I think that says a lot more about the value Honey can bring to businesses than any of their case studies. Given everything we've uncovered about Honey so far, it really makes you wonder, why on earth would a Fortune 500 company like PayPal sink $4 billion into buying this company? Sure, Honey was making some sweet affiliate revenue, but still, that's a lot of money. To put that price tag into perspective, the platform you're watching this on, YouTube, was acquired for just $1.6 billion. Combine that with the acquisitions of Instagram and Twitch, and it still equates to less than what PayPal paid for Honey, a coupon browser extension. Well, Honey brought more to the table for PayPal than its ability to churn out mountains of cash. They also had 17 million users worth of data, and as it turns out, lots of it. Remember in the last episode how I said, if a product's free, it's likely you're the product? Well, we're at that part of the story now. You see, while Honey was handing out bottom of the barrel coupon codes, they were also tracking your shopping habits and collecting a ton of data along the way. In fact, Amazon of all companies began warning users that Honey was a security risk, stating, Honey tracks your private shopping behavior, collects data like your order history and items saved, and can read and change any of your data on any website you visit. They even recommended uninstalling the extension. That was somewhat surprising to me, given how much Honey played into the whole "you can trust us with your data" narrative.
Actually free, not like selling all your personal data free.
No. Does Honey sell user data?
No.
No.
This prompted me to investigate Honey's data collection practices, and what I found was, unsurprisingly at this point, pretty darn concerning. Hilariously, the first thing I noticed when auditing Honey's website was that they explicitly assured users that, hey, what we don't do is sell or share your data. But the moment you click the link to their privacy policy, the first thing you see is how we share your data. Excuse me? Red flag number 1. Now, this privacy policy was packed with vague language when it came to what data they were collecting and how they were sharing it. So I dug deeper and came across this incredible investigation by a German nonprofit called Data Request, who advocate for data privacy online. And they dug into Honey's data collection practices by submitting what's known as a GDPR right of access request. For those unfamiliar, under European law, anyone living in Europe can ask a company, no matter where it's located, for a copy of all the personal data that company has collected on them. So, 2 of their members, Benny and Malta, both Honey users, each submitted a GDPR request. Their data revealed that Honey was systematically tracking their browsing activity across every website it considered to be an online store. They also collected timestamps, unique user IDs, device IDs, operating system info, geolocation details, and the full URL of the page visited. Now, Data Request showed that from these logs alone, Honey could infer some incredibly personal insights about a user. Here are just a few examples from Benny's data that was collected in 2020. Honey could see that on February 13th at 2:57 p.m, Benny viewed an iFixit guide on how to swap the DVD lens on a Nintendo Wii. They could see that Benny checked an AliExpress order 13 times, his order ID fully visible, including the fact he opened a dispute for the order. They could see he had a Microsoft Family Plan and that he added a new family member to his Office 365 account. And he also knew that Benny looked for an Airbnb in Berlin for 2 adults from the 4th to the 5th of March. And apparently Benny had issues with his iPhone because he viewed an Apple support page on how to reset his passcode. On March 23rd at around 5 p.m, Benny watched a documentary called Scanning the Pyramids on CuriosityStream, a service he subscribed to just an hour earlier through YouTuber Tom Scott's affiliate link. And apparently Benny's a gamer because he redeemed a game on Steam with the serial code 5HGP6. You get the point. All that information could be inferred from just 27 page views, but in total, Honey collected over 2,500 pages of web activity between just February and May of 2020, meaning what I just read to you represents only 1% of the total data Honey collected within a 3-month window. That is insane. Now, while Benny willingly registered an account with Honey, Malta, on the other hand, didn't. Yet Honey collected the same data from him as well, suggesting whether you formally register an account with Honey or simply installed the extension, Honey was harvesting the same data regardless. Huge shout out to Data Request for their work. I'll link their full investigation below. They also have a great tool where eligible consumers can easily request a copy of their data from companies like Honey and also request to have that data deleted. Definitely check that out and consider supporting their nonprofit. So as you can see, it starts to make a lot more sense why a company like PayPal would fork out so much money for this platform. Honey was sitting on a treasure trove of data that provided detailed insights into its users' shopping habits. Honey could see what users were buying, how they shopped, what they searched for, the decisions they made before checkout, and even the services they considered.
I mean, that's how it works also with YouTube, because something you're researching on, a product usually comes up that you just search for like 1 second and like, oh, hey, by the way, here's an ad for this product. It happens all the time. It happens when we're talking, like, it happened multiple times when I'm like talking to someone on like Discord and stuff like that, and then it's like an ad just popped up for something I was just looking at in the internet for like a second. I'm like, it happens all the freaking time so much where it cannot be a coincidence. I wasn't talking this whole time, by the way, because I was just trying to fix this stuff. But yeah, it's just so weird, man. It's like I really hate this because like I do purchase a lot of my purchases now online, but I'm actually like trying to like go more down with that because I'm not trying to overdo it like that no more. But yeah, I mean, it's been working on a lot of people that I know about like targeting marketing. It's freaking annoying, man. It really is. Like for me right now, what has been like promoting a lot like crazy is Bandai Namco like crazy because I purchased a figure from them like a long time ago, and it's like ever since I did that, they've been sending like ads for that ever since then. Someone has won the massive $1.8 billion Powerball jackpot with the winning ticket in Arkansas. Wow, congratulations on that.
But didn't purchase. That information is invaluable to a payments platform like PayPal. But don't just take my word for it. Here's Honey's former senior manager of partnerships, Daniel Pilkington, discussing the benefits of Honey's data for their partnered merchants.
One of the metrics that we assess very frequently for merchants that work with Honey is, cross-store shopping. So, how many other stores is a user visiting as well as the store in question? Are they going to 6 stores? Are they going to 7 stores? Are they going to 10 stores?
Oh my God.
Before they make a decision on where to purchase?
And here's another former senior partnerships manager.
So like one of the things we have insight into at Honey, because we're a browser extension and we can see our shoppers and how they shop, is that shoppers love to cross-site comparison shop. We're really kind of following the shopper where they go, and we're with them every step of the way. We have all sorts of tools to make those consumers stickier to those direct-to-consumer brands.
And here's a former PayPal executive discussing how beneficial the data is for their goals.
We've got a full suite of solutions across our consumer platforms
Damn.
that help drive new customers, that help drive loyalty, that help drive conversion, and ultimately sales lift. And we have a lot of analytics and a lot of data, a lot of shopper data, obviously, and that's something that we can unlock on behalf of our partners.
You've got to hand it to Honey. They've truly mastered the art of selling bullshit narratives. To users, they promise privacy, insisting, hey, we never sell or share your data. But to their merchants, they literally bragged about how much of your data they had and how it could be leveraged to provide them with valuable insights into your shopping habits. It's genuinely astounding. Now, for clarity, those interviews were all recorded after PayPal's acquisition of Honey. So, is this simply a case of a corporate giant turning a once well-intentioned startup into a data harvesting machine? Nope. In fact, data collection was part of Honey's game plan well before they were acquired by PayPal. This right here is Honey's pitch deck to investors from back in 2015. On the business model slide, Honey clearly labels personalized offers to consumers based on cross-site comparison shopping data as a core component of their business strategy. And on the very next slide, proudly entitled Our Unfair Advantage, it explicitly states Honey's unique data allows us to predict what each user is about to buy, when they intend to purchase, and how much they are willing to pay. They even itemized the data collected as user behavioral data, stores visited, products viewed, and of course, your purchase history. So not only was data collection top of mind from the very beginning, but they were already actively collecting it and pitching that data to investors as a valuable asset. For years, Honey framed data collection as minimal and purely in service of saving users money. Well, it appears they were full of shit. And to be clear, I'm not suggesting that Honey was selling your data to third parties for cash. Well, at least I found no evidence of that. But were they quietly monetizing your data behind the scenes, sharing insights with partnered merchants while conveniently leaving that detail out of their privacy policy? Well, it sure looks that way to me. One thing is for certain, however, and that's that Honey sold your data to PayPal, one of the largest online payment platforms in the world. PayPal didn't spend billions of dollars for a simple coupon extension. They were buying a window into your life as a consumer. And here's why that should worry you.
PayPal launches an ad network. PayPal has officially said it will be launching an ad network that will sell ads leveraging the data it collects on the purchase history and spending of its 400 million users. This change would also likely affect users of PayPal subsidiaries like Venmo and Honey, and I believe there's more as well, but I'm not surprised Honey's in there.
What? Nice. This is like terrible.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, to make this whole data collection issue 100 times worse, something else caught my eye while reading through Honey's privacy policy. Right at the very bottom, Honey states that, quote, "We created Honey for the exclusive use of adults 18 and older, and we don't knowingly collect or solicit personal information from children." Yeah, you see, now there's just one problem with that.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to
Mr. Beast is like the biggest YouTube channel of all time where it has a lot of kids watching him. So why the fuck would
every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey.
That's right. Not only did Honey and PayPal knowingly collect data from minors, but they intentionally targeted them in their advertising. That's not just unethical, it's potentially illegal in numerous jurisdictions. Many countries have very strict regulations when it comes to the collection of personal data from minors, and for good reason. Therefore, if you intend on having minors use your product, many jurisdictions require that you obtain parental consent first. But this adds all kinds of technical and legal complexities, which is why many platforms simply limit the use of their service to adults only in their privacy policy, which was Honey's approach. But if Honey were genuinely trying to avoid having kids on their platform, they probably shouldn't have sponsored one of the most popular influencers in the world, whose key demographic of followers is, well, this. But Honey did sponsor Mr. Beast, and those videos garnered a whopping 3 billion views, making him Honey's #1 sponsor. In fact, according to my data, Mr. Beast sponsorships represent over 1/3 of Honey's total sponsored views on YouTube. But it wasn't just Mr. Beast. Honey sponsored many channels whose content was, in my opinion, clearly targeted at minors. They sponsored Minecraft channels, Roblox channels, cartoon channels. I mean, just watch this video and tell me it's not targeted at children.
That AI cat?
This video is sponsored by Honey.
If Honey wanted to target minors so badly, they should have just sponsored one. Oh, wait a minute, that's exactly what they did. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Desiree Machado, who at the time was just 14 years old.
Guys, I'm only 14.
Hilariously, one of her videos that Honey sponsored is appropriately titled Back to School. Honey even ran her sponsored segment as a paid advert on YouTube. Now, speaking of paid adverts, let's quickly circle back to that Mr. Beast ad, because of all the evidence, this has got to be the single worst example of Honey intentionally targeting minors. Let me play it again.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey.
They are literally encouraging kids to install a browser extension that tracks and collects data onto every computer in their household, including those belonging to their siblings. That is fucking insane. And the emojis? I mean, come on! And look, this is not a good look for Mr. Beast either. Influencers have a duty of care to ensure that any advertising they engage in is compliant with relevant advertising laws, especially when your audience skews young. Of course, I did reach out to Mr. Beast and his team for comment, but never heard back from them. Now, in case you're still not convinced that this was intentional, because, I don't know, perhaps Honey had a rogue marketing team that was poorly aligned with upper management, well, here's a few words from Honey's former president, Joanne Bradford, talking about the benefits of working with Mr. Beast.
We launched it with gamers playing YouTube on their desktop and a little gamer called Mr. Beast. So we were his first advertiser, and we did a deal with him. His collective ads, I think, have been seen, you know, I'm going to say billions, 3 plus close to 4 billion times. Wow. Every kid in America knows what Honey is. Every kid in America was telling their moms and their dads they needed to download, you know, Honey in order to save money.
Oh, I mean, they weren't just telling their moms and dads to install Honey. They were installing it themselves. My 5-year-old brother installed Honey on his computer. Wow, kids start saving money earlier and earlier these days. And here's Honey's co-founder, Ryan Hudson, discussing how Honey leveraged the credibility that influencers have with their audience.
We learned how to work with influencers, in particular on YouTube, to lean into the credibility that they have with their audiences, the ability to speak the language of their audience, and it's been incredible for us. And so we've done, if you watch YouTube or you have kids that watch YouTube, They have seen, if you watch Mr. Beast,
it's a lot of honey.
A lot of honey.
This was no accident. Honey's leadership knew what they were doing and they knew it worked well. That Mr. Beast ad alone has 118 million paid ad views, the highest of any Honey ad on YouTube, which strongly suggests it was also their best performer. Honey likely invested millions into this ad alone. Honestly, it's genuinely shocking they've gotten away with it for so long. Now, given everything we've uncovered so far, you might be wondering how on earth there could be more to this investigation. Well, while Honey was the first extension of its kind, unfortunately, they certainly weren't the last.
There's a lot of copycats. Yep. There's a lot of copycats now.
There are now hundreds of coupon and cashback extensions. And while I haven't investigated all of them to the same extent that I have with Honey, many of them engage in similar behavior, especially when it comes to poaching affiliate commissions. And that's why there are now multiple class action lawsuits targeting these other companies. Influencers haven't just been losing money to one sleazy salesman at checkout, they've been losing money to an army of them. In my opinion, these extensions are nothing but leeches. They are parasites in the world of e-commerce. In fact, I've encountered so much shady behavior with these extensions that I felt it was necessary to create my own browser extension to alert me anytime an affiliate cookie is loaded onto my browser. It's called Cookie Guard, and it's especially helpful because some of these extensions will load their affiliate link in ways that are completely invisible to the user. For example, if you click to copy a coupon on Honey, it looks like a harmless feature because you don't see that sneaky tab opening in the corner. But with Cookie Guard installed, you can see that behind the scenes, they are quietly stuffing their cookie through what's known as a hidden iframe. You can Google it. Even worse, I found that the extension Karma Now would stuff their cookie the moment you landed on a checkout page. Completely automated, no interaction with their extension required. They also had a system that could detect when you used a competitor's extension, like Honey, and they would wait for that extension's affiliate link to load, then immediately override it with their own. Again, no interaction with their app required. It's insane. And this sort of malicious behavior is not exclusive to browser extensions. Even Microsoft couldn't resist the temptation of easy affiliate money and decided to offer coupons directly from the Edge browser. Watch what happens when I visit my NordVPN affiliate link. Once I've clicked on one of their coupons, Microsoft immediately replaced my affiliate cookie with their own, poaching the sale. And when I tried to reload my affiliate link to reinstate my cookie, it comes back momentarily, but Microsoft quickly and automatically replaces it again with their own. I mean, damn Microsoft, people hate your browser enough as it is. And how about Opera's browser? They recently stopped this, but for some time, if you simply entered the URL of a store that they were partnered with and clicked their autocomplete suggestion, Opera considered that fair game to inject their affiliate link and claim the sale. Affiliate marketing has truly become a war of the cookies. I could go on and on with these examples. Now, this all begs the question, how the fuck is all of this being allowed? Are there no rules in place to prevent this behavior? Well, as it turns out, yes, there are in fact plenty of rules in place that should have prevented much of what I have uncovered in this investigation. So, why hasn't it? Well, that's where greed and incentives comes into the equation. You see, so far we have only discussed two key players in affiliate marketing, merchants and affiliates. Merchants want to sell their products and services, and now, affiliates want to promote those products and services for a commission. Pretty straightforward. But there's another crucial player that we haven't yet discussed, and that is the affiliate networks. Affiliate networks are like dating apps for the industry. They allow merchants and affiliates to easily discover one another, connect, and work together. These networks also take care of all the technical stuff like the affiliate tracking links, reporting, and commission payments. But most importantly, these networks also set the rules. They are the gatekeepers. Some of the largest networks in this industry are Awin, Commission Junction, Impact, and Rakuten Advertising. Now, not only do these networks have their own strict policies, at least on paper, but on top of that, over a decade ago, most of these networks collectively agreed to enforce two codes of conduct. One for downloadable softwares like extensions, and the other for all affiliates that promote coupon codes. And the rules set out in these codes prohibit many of the behaviors uncovered in this video. So why aren't these networks enforcing their own bloody rules? Well, for every sale made in affiliate marketing, these networks also get a slice of the pie. They generally charge between 20 and 30% of each and every commission paid. There are some variations, of course, not all networks have the same rates and pricing structures, but the core principle is almost always the same. The more money that flows through these extensions, the more the networks get paid. So when these networks enforce rules resulting in a loss of income for the extensions, they too take a hit. Enforcing their own rules basically means shooting themselves in the foot. That kind of incentive structure doesn't just fail to prevent fraud, it practically invites it. Part 3 is going to be huge, and that was supposed to be the next video in the series. But that's not the video you're going to see next. In the next video, I'm going to be exposing a secret system buried deep within Honey's code that was never meant to see the light of day. The system was engineered specifically to bypass one of the most important rules in affiliate marketing, a rule intended to protect influencers from the very commission theft demonstrated in my last video. And that rule is known in the industry as stand down. Stand down essentially means that extensions must detect if a user has already clicked on someone else's affiliate link, and if they have, the extension must deactivate itself and not interfere. Yet, during my testing, Honey virtually never stood down. Suddenly, however, Honey began complying much more frequently, and this change in compliance didn't smell right to me. So, I started digging. And that's one of the reasons why this video was delayed for so long. Because as it turns out, Honey wasn't just ignoring stand down rules, the system they created was designed explicitly to bypass it, while hiding that behavior from compliance testers. And I have all the evidence to prove it. In fact, what I found was so shocking that I consulted with a respected security researcher who was able to independently verify and validate my discovery. The behavior I'm describing, in my opinion, likely constitutes criminal behavior. And in a few days, everyone will learn about the greatest heist in affiliate history.
Wait, what?
Attempting to stand down as little as possible while avoiding getting caught. Those objectives are intention, of course. The more you don't stand down, the more you're likely to get caught for not standing down. So they're trying to figure out in what circumstances can they avoid standing down and not face a material risk of being caught.
Bro. What the fuck? At least this one's not gonna be a year. It's gonna be a few days. That is insane, dude. If you're investigating someone, they try to shoot you, you're probably on the right track. Pretty much. Whistleblower. I mean, if everything's like pretty much public, where like they could access that publicly, then it is what it is, you know? I mean, like, it sucks. I don't like it to a certain extent because it goes to like, you know, AI with the art and all that, but honestly, this is like a way bigger deal. So I'm just very curious of what they're gonna do. First of all, PayPal tried to silence Megalag. It's terrible, but it also applies to lawyers or members of Megalag's Patreon, which absolutely is hilarious. I mean, yeah. We don't sell your data, we already sold it to PayPal. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of PayPal. I'm always trying to avoid PayPal, you know? Like I use other places right now, like Square. But like every time I offer to like send invoices to Square or PayPal, people usually pick PayPal, and I can just like, oh, you can't kind of thing. Because again, I think people don't really realize that you don't actually need an account to pay an invoice in general. And it's the invoice is just kind of like another everyday purchase with a card and all that. It's just, you know, it's just from a independent, you know, person. So I mean, like I said, I've been trying like, you know, just to let people know about like, you know, there are other alternatives to like instead of using PayPal. Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff with PayPal. They've been stealing stuff, or supposedly with Honey, allegedly. I don't know, PayPal. I'm just not 100%. Oh, like I used to use their card like regularly. I used to have a lot of money on my PayPal account. Like not a lot of money, but like a lot of money for me. I used to have it like a regular bank, but not anymore for obvious reasons because I just don't trust it. I haven't trusted in a while, and I haven't trusted it in a very long time. And every time I get money into PayPal, take that right away for the most part. Like I put it right into my account because I don't trust it having it in there for a couple days, any days. No, I don't trust it. All right, guys. Let's see.
I had never made a call to Diddy.
Why Eminem never feared Diddy? He always made.
I had never made a call to Diddy. Really?
Diddy had connections everywhere. Politicians, billionaires, superstars, rap legends. Even 50 Cent once stood by his side before their paths split and they became enemies. But in the entire industry, there was one artist who kept his distance more than anyone else. One artist who wanted nothing to do with Diddy's world. Not in the 90s, not in the 2000s, not ever. And that artist was Eminem.
Yeah, he always dissed him too.
Got so many essays. Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P.
The line from Fuel hits incredibly hard. But here's the important part. By the time Eminem dropped it, he'd already been throwing jabs and direct shots at Diddy for years.
I mean, he did it with the.
When Eminem was just starting his rap career, Diddy was already the most influential businessman in hip-hop. His label, Bad Boy Records, was the dream destination for almost any artist, but not for M. Marshall chose a different path, the one he'd always dreamed of, signing with Aftermath Records and working with Dr. Dre. And together, they began making history. But even when Eminem was still a nobody, he had already taken a shot at Puff. It happened in 1996 on the track Fucking Crazy. It was a subtle, early indication that Eminem wasn't afraid to take on industry giants. At the same time, M also had tension with another so-called industry giant, Suge Knight. He ran Death Row Records, home to legends like Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre. People called him the boogeyman of the hip-hop industry. Suge didn't just intimidate, he dominated. Known for using fear, violence, and straight-up cruelty, Knight built his empire by any means necessary.
They was not scared of Suge Knight. They was terrified of Suge Knight.
But M didn't care about Suge's street reputation. It became obvious when Suge Knight suddenly showed up with a crew of Mexican gangsters on the set of 50 Cent's In the Club video.
Suge's outside. Suge's outside. Everybody like, he was running, dropping.
So Suge came, he had some Mexican niggas. Now we from New York. You ain't never seen a nigga with a tattoo on his forehead. 118th Street crew. I'm like, what the fuck?
But Eminem didn't flinch. Instead, he walked right outside to face Suge and his crew.
This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, I don't give a man. This is when I knew, I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real nigga. These niggas, 50 niggas outside, what's up? And then the nigga Suge just walked away. The Mexican niggas looked kind of confused, like they didn't know what's going on.
After that, M even recorded a diss track aimed at Suge, but it never came out because Dre asked him not to, saying it wasn't his beef. But that diss leaked not too long ago, and it was brutal.
Responsible for the deaths of the two greatest rappers to ever grace the face of this planet.
And if Eminem was willing to stand up to Suge Knight, then why would he be afraid of Diddy?
Right?
Honestly, considering everything Puff has done throughout his career, it's not even clear anymore who is actually more dangerous, Suge or Diddy. But anyway, let's get back to the main topic. Eminem continued dissing Diddy in 2000 on the Marshall Mathers LP.
I know that one.
If this line wasn't that harsh.
Because you love me, that y'all expect so much of me. You little groupie bitch, get off me, go puffy.
Then this one, where M mentions Diddy's then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, describing what he would do to her if he had the chance, was much darker.
Sorry, Puff, but I don't give a fuck if this chick was my own mother. I'd still fuck with no rubber.
And then he says, I have a son and a new brother at the same time, and just say that it ain't mine. What's my name? Puff never responded to these lines, but I think it's obvious he didn't find them funny at all.
He did not like it.
Overall, despite the bold lyrics, there was no open conflict between Eminem and Diddy in the early 2000s. Each of them was busy with their own world. Eminem was dropping multi-platinum albums under Dr. Dre's wing, while Sean Combs was expanding the Bad Boy empire and changing stage names from Puff Daddy to P. Diddy. Their paths barely crossed aside from award shows and industry events where they appeared as superstars. Actually, Diddy once handed Eminem a Grammy in 2003 for Best Rap Album. To be honest, their interaction looked a bit tense.
Really? I totally forgot about that.
Eminem, the Eminem Show. Yes, sir. Eminem, the Eminem Show.
It's telling that Diddy himself has always acknowledged Eminem's talent. In a 2003 Rolling Stone interview, Combs spoke about him with respect, placing him among the greatest MCs. "I think Eminem's up there with the best of them," Diddy said in that interview. He added that, of course, Biggie and Tupac were, quote, a different caliber, but in his view, Eminem was incredible in his own right. In other words, Diddy publicly gave Marshall his due. Nevertheless, through mutual connections, their stories occasionally crossed paths. In the early 2000s, Diddy was interested in the new hot rapper 50 Cent, but chose not to sign him because of 50's street conflicts with Ja Rule. As a result, 50 Cent soon ended up under Eminem and Dre's wing, which led to tens of millions of records sold. So 50 became a shared point of interest. Diddy missed out on an artist that Eminem eventually turned into a superstar. Everything then goes quiet for a long time. However, in 2015, a documentary, Murder Rap, Inside the Biggie and Tupac Murders is released, in which retired LAPD officer Greg Kading presents his investigation and says that it was Diddy who ordered Tupac's murder for $1 million, and that one of the shooters was Keefe D. 50 Cent immediately picked up this news, claiming that Diddy really was behind Pac's killing.
I told you you can't trust these niggas. Now Puffy done killed Tupac, man.
Eminem followed as well, though a bit later. In 2018, M released a diss on the Machine Gun Kelly Kill Shot, where he raps,
at the end,
Counts the day you put out a hits, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out, they got Pac killed.
But in the final line of the track, he says, I'm just playing Diddy, you know I love you.
Yeah.
The reaction came instantly. The internet exploded with discussions. Fans argued whether Eminem had gone too far. Many wondered, what if there was a grain of truth in his words? After all, he didn't just say it for nothing. As Joe Budden said on his podcast, Combs was extremely unhappy when he heard Kill Shot.
Puff said it's in his hands, and he said I can say it. And that's the end of that.
Have fun with that one.
He said, there's nothing to say about it. It's in my hands.
If in the past, Diddy could ignore M's jabs and not react, this time he couldn't stay calm. For Diddy, Tupac is a painful topic. He tries in every way to deny any involvement and dodges questions whenever he can.
Now let's talk some hip-hop shit, man. I want to talk to Puff right now.
Yes.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah. Check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect. But I appreciate you as a journalist asking.
All right.
Thank you.
And I say
Later, when Eminem discussed the MGK beef in an interview, he hinted that he and Diddy have nothing in common, not even each other's numbers.
I ain't never made a call to Diddy, really? Yeah. I got Diddy's number, just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
And it would seem that after 2018, Eminem and Diddy would stay far away from each other. But just a couple of years later, their names appeared together again.
When?
In 2020, Eminem released Music to Be Murdered By. And in the hit track Godzilla, he briefly mentions Diddy.
Yeah.
Diddy, cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk.
But the peace didn't last long. June 2020 was marked by a small scandal. An unreleased Eminem verse leaked online. Recorded the year before for the remix of Conway the Machine's Bang. In this original version of the verse, Marshall outright dissed Diddy's media company, Revolt TV, telling them off in a very direct way.
Shout the Puffy Combs, but fuck Revolt.
Less than a day later, Marshall apologized. He quickly posted a statement on Twitter explaining that the harsh verse was recorded in the heat of the moment that he never intended to release it and that he respects Revolt. But the most dramatic chapter of the story unfolded only recently. The fall of 2023 brought Diddy a series of serious troubles. Several women filed accusations of sexual assault and abuse against him. The biggest news was the lawsuit from Cassie, Diddy's longtime former girlfriend, who described in detail years of mistreatment, beatings, and forced sexual acts. And then, Keefe D was arrested for going on YouTube channels and openly talking about his friendship with Diddy and how Puff supposedly asked him to help kill Pac, a murder he claimed to have been involved in.
Suge just ducked his head, and the first bullet went in his head, then the next one's hit him. It was like he was doing a breakdance trying to jump in the back seat or something.
Bro.
And on this wave, Eminem released the album The Death of Slim Shady, where he goes after Diddy harder than ever before. In Bad One, he raps about the so-called Diddy parties. And me offering you's nothing new. Fuck it, it's what I love to do. This is subterfuge, just to screw with you. And yeah, this much is true.
Sounds like something that Puff would do at the party with Aaron Hall, cause I just love to fuck with you.
In the track Antichrist, Marshall recalls the horrifying video where Diddy is seen beating his ex-girlfriend Cassie.
She probably ran out the room with his fucking dildo. He tried to field goal punter, she said to chill.
But the harshest lines about Diddy come from the track Fuel.
P-E-R, got so many essays. Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he?
So basically, R-A-P-P-E-R, spelled without a P, spells raper or rapist. And the essays, short for sexual assault. And after that, he continues, R.I.P., rest in peace, Biggie. And Pac, both of y'all should be living. But I ain't trying to beef with him, because he might put a hit on me like Keefe D get him. What's most interesting is that in the remix of Fuel, he continues the topic of Diddy's alleged involvement in the murders of Pac and Biggie. He says that the murder of Biggie Smalls was simply the domino effect of Tupac's murder.
Next bus, still he's in police handcuffs. Guilty, will he step up like G never turned himself in?
I think after everything Eminem said about Diddy on this album, they're definitely not friends. Eminem will stand on 50 Cent's side, which means he's never going to associate with Diddy. And Diddy, too, is taking this seriously. After 50 Cent's documentary, he even sent 50 funeral flowers. So it's entirely possible he's holding a grudge against Eminem as well. All of this shows that Eminem has never been afraid of anyone, whether it was Suge Knight or Diddy. The next video I recommend watching is why Diddy is accused of ordering Tupac's murder.
I think we saw that with the documentary, 50 Cent's documentary. I think it was like, it's all about control, right? Like even with the Biggie, even like all the conspiracy with the Biggie death, because he wants control. That's what he wants. He couldn't control Biggie anymore because Biggie was getting older and wiser, and AKA eventually he was gonna move away from Diddy. AKA he's gonna take his music with him, his like albums with him, etc. And obviously like challenge him for like masters or something like that. But he ended up getting killed. And so P. Diddy has been making billions or like millions and billions of dollars. I don't know, billions, but like a lot of money off of just Biggie's name. He made more money with Biggie when he's dead than he was alive. M50 did play the long game for sure.
PayPal does not.
Sorry.
Man, I thought you were all.
Sorry, guys. There we go. Delete that.
Is the real disrespectful. I'm going who you is. I will disrespect you.
Topic of the street.
Fuck. There we go.
Ho ho ho! It is on.
All right. You guys sent me this video. Well, Shadow did. I don't know what this is about fully, but I'm kind of like, holy shit. So all right, guys. So here's the remix page from the Marvel's Capcom that I got. Sumas Vertica, Bear the Hero, and Froggo the Frog. Sketch designs. Yeah. So let's see what we could come up with this. Let's see if we can make it better, make it more detail, and kind of go from there. Really. Yeah. All right. So what is this? The insane world of child date. What?
Ho ho ho! It is I, a jolly elf from the North Pole, here to do Santa's bidding. Let's see if you are on the nice or naughty list this year, huh?
I'm nice.
Oh, that is a interesting internet history. Naughty list. Hell even. But don't you worry, Santa has a special gift for you. Ah, yes, here it is. Merry Christmas.
What?
Man-made horrors beyond your comprehension.
What?
Now, I know what you are probably thinking. A dating app for children? There's gotta be more to that, right? That can't be it. We're not at that level yet, right?
It's been compared to Tinder, but for young teens. Wiz is an app where users as young as 12 years old can swipe and meet new friends randomly. And it can be a minefield.
There's a lot of weird people on there. They like to ask for nudes.
The Canadian Centre for Child Protection says it has received more than 180 reports about Wiz in the last year and a half.
So I did a little research and found that Wiz is actually a lot worse than people think it is. And it's also not the first or the last of its kind. In fact, there are shockingly many dating apps for kids out there, or friendship apps, as they like to call themselves. So in this video, we are going to talk about the rising disturbing trend of these friendship apps, and then we're going to actually look at what is happening inside these friendship apps. I actually posted about this on Twitter the other day, and people were like bamboozled that this was actually a real thing.
Well, I follow Shu, and she's so funny. Like, sometimes she'll just comment on something and it just blows my mind. Like, how did you find this?
I don't find it. It finds me. There is so much insanity happening on the news every single day. I try to bring you guys the craziest stories, but honestly, it gets hard to keep up. Thankfully, I have an app for that. So before we get into this deep dive, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor. You all know it, you all love it, Ground News. Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an easy and transparent way to read news from all across the political spectrum. From left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political and a right $1 a month, which is not skipping the ad. Right?
Yeah.
And now back to the video.
I did not skip. I watched the
little
whole
known
thing.
Fact, Tinder was the original Tinder for kids. No, I'm not joking. Tinder used to have a 13 to 17 section. Kinder, if you will. Tinder eventually got rid of it in 2016, but the market for a Tinder for kids was apparently still there. So it wasn't long before people saw dollar signs and created their own friendship apps. There are many friendship apps on the App Store for minors, like Yubo, Hoop, Perp, Scoot, Badoo. What in the f***ing Dr. S. Seuss is this? The Skadoos were on their Badoo app, sending their Who's pictures of their kazoos. Listen, back in my day, we didn't have Tinder for kids, okay? We had wholesome gangs on Habbo Hotel and Club Penguin. Whatever happened to getting good old-fashioned groomed on Skype? The main friendship app currently making headlines right now is Wiz. Wiz, the Tinder for kids app, exposes kids to predators. Congress must act. Congress? Half of Congress is probably on this f***ing app. You expect me to believe the government currently protecting Jeffrey Epstein is going to do something about the Jeffrey Epstein app? New York City teens told the Post that Wiz, which is available to users 13 and older, is similar to a dating app in the way you swipe through profiles, and that some underage users are relying on it to arrange hookups with strangers, including adults. It's like Tinder for kids, a 16-year-old high school senior from Manhattan told the Post. Like, literally, when you think of Tinder, that's what it is. Trying to hook up or, date. Many of the profile photos are thirst traps, with girls in sports bras and boys posting shirtless selfies. It's marketed as a wholesome app when it's actually not a wholesome app. There have already been multiple arrests across the country of adult predators sexually assaulting teens they met on the app. In Washington, a 23-year-old man was charged with earlier this year after meeting up with a 12-year-old girl on Wiz. The victim told police he claimed to be 15. A 19-year-old Marine in Hawaii was charged with sexually assaulting an 11-year-old girl he met on the app. And a 27-year-old Chicago man is facing charges for sexually assaulting several teenage girls he met on Wiz while also pretending to be a teen. In 2024, Florida's Department of Law Enforcement arrested a 20-year-old man for using a computer to solicit a minor, after investigation revealed he was speaking to a 14-year-old girl on Wiz while purporting to be 16.
What?
Okay, so not only like 20-something-year-old adults were pretending to be younger, but younger people were pretending to be older. How the f*** is there no age verification on this app? At Wiz, the safety and well-being of our teen users is our highest priority. Oh, that's good to hear. Wiz uses sophisticated AI safety algorithms for age verification.
Oh my God.
You what? You're relying on AI for the safety of children on your website? May I remind you, we are still in the very early stages of AI. It's nowhere near where it has to be to handle important things like this. To handle verifying people's ages on a dating website for minors. What the f***?
Really, Wiz is designed to connect kids with strangers. And furthermore, they allow both kids or both teens and adults onto the app. And they claim that they separate the kids from the adults by robust age verification tools. But I personally have tested those tools, and 3 times, every single time I tested them, I was able to create an account as a 16-year-old, and I was put into a category where I was encouraged to date 15 to 17-year-olds.
Like, tell me why I saw a 20-something-year-old say they were 16 and easily get into Wiz.
Verify your age. To make sure you connect with people your age, we need to verify yours. Age verified. That didn't take...
Or this 20-something-year-old that said they were 15.
Age verification. Age verified, fun source now.
What is that? What's at stake here is that adults, particularly adult men, can pose as 15-year-old boys and hook up with teenage girls or teenage boys for that matter. It's as simple as that. Stephen Balcom, founder of the Family Online Safety Institute, told the Post. Stephen Balcom was able to sign up for Wiz as a teen. Oh wow, he must look pretty young.
Oh my God.
It's honestly just incredible to me that this idea was pitched to people like Tinder for kids, and nobody in that boardroom immediately got up and punched that guy in the head. This idea should have never been spoken into the world. This is a curse upon our lands. The CEO should be trapped inside of a crystal for 1,000 years. So who are the geniuses behind Wiz? Let's take a look. Oh, it's just a bunch of nerds. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. Okay, so the CEO, Thomas Don...
You got this. You got this.
Now, I know what you're thinking, and yes, he is French. It's always the French behind this.
Okay.
Cutie is now this. It's seriously time we start asking the French question. Believe it or not, this is not the first time Wiz has been under fire. Last year, Apple actually had to remove it from the App Store because of sextortion controversies. Apple removed the app Tuesday after the National Center of Sexual Exploitation contacted the company with concerns about the alleged use of Wiz in sextortion scams. Extortion is an increasingly common online crime in which people are enticed to send sexually explicit photos. Once the photos are sent, the receiver of the images threatens to share them online or with family or friends unless the victim sends money. John Sheehan, Senior Vice President of the Exploited Children Division and International Engagement for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, said his organization has received more than 100 reports from members of the public about minors allegedly extorted on Wiz this year, putting the app behind only Snapchat and Instagram for such reports. So because there was extortion allegedly from Wiz, they had to shut it down. And this is the public statement Wiz came out with. Are you ready for this? Hey there, just wanted to drop in with a quick heads up. Wiz is currently taking a break from the app stores due to a technical hiccup. We're working super hard to get everything sorted out and back to normal ASAP. Here's the deal. If you uninstall Wiz during this time, you won't be able to re-download it until we're back up and running in the App Store. So we recommend hanging tight. We're really sorry for any inconvenience this may cause. We appreciate your patience and support. Stay tuned for the update, and in the meantime, keep enjoying Wiz. Thanks for being part of our Wiz family. Oopsie poopsie, we still will fuck you wucky.
What?
And when they were allowed back on the App Store, this was their announcement.
What the? Oh my God.
Imagine, if you will, getting banned off the App Store because of controversies surrounding extortion of minors. And then being like, we're back, bitches!
Oh my God.
The audacity. We're still working on getting back on the store. We miss you guys. Stay strong. I like the hashtag attempt here. Nobody is using that shit. It sounds like a rapper. Free my homie Lil Wiz. He ain't done nothing. Okay, so what exactly is on this app? Well, I am about to show you. I will be getting these screen caps from other videos about this topic because there is no fucking way I am downloading any of these apps onto my device, okay?
Yeah,
I am
I'm not doing
on
that.
way too many lists already. Anyway, here are some examples of some profiles on these friendship apps. Back on here, I guess.
God.
5, 10, 16, don't send. Hit me up. I'm a good listener. Don't be dry. Don't send. LOL. I don't send.
Okay.
Friendly 304. Older
3
girls are on top. 15.
304?
Look at the little Roblox icon. I don't send, so
Oh,
don't try.
God.
I don't send. Don't ask. So if you are not aware, what these people mean when they say don't send, they are saying they do not send private photos. May I remind you that this is an app marketed towards
For
minors.
kids,
And these
yeah.
minors feel the need to put in their profiles that they do not send nudes to strangers. That is how prevalent that shit is on this app. They feel like they have to go out of their way to say they don't do it. This one literally has to say, I don't send, stop asking. Bro,
Wow.
what the? Trades, 17. All send, 14. Wow, those are some interesting names they have there in Australia. How exotic. My shit big, by the way. 16 years old. No Bill Cosby shit, but if bitches sleeping on me, then I'm a fuck 'em. What? Hit me up if you are a girl that plays variety games, listens to music, and has a decent amount of beauty, so I can actually appreciate you. I don't date gays or blacks. Teen
Oh my
Mom, if you have a
God.
prob, keep swiping. 14. I like it in the
Teen
back
Mom?
door. Violet, 15. Pull up for and smoking. Bring me a nick, though. DM to rate eggplant. Oh man, I sure love friendship apps. My favorite activity to do with the homies, with the bros, rating each other's dicks. Friendship. I don't send. You should obsess over me. 15. It's wrong. If you're a sub and a masochist, text me now. Be my yandere. Be my psychopath. Someone please come collect your daughter. Oh my god. 6'3", football. Text me with Riz. I have a whimper audio, so ask to see. Holy shit,
What?
someone please come collect your son. Where are the freaks at? 15 years old asking where the freaks are at. Sir, I do not doubt at all. Several freaks are viewing your profile. Rate me 1 out of 10. Middle school, about to be 13. They have their age set to 17, but they're actually 13, so again, great job. These state-of-the-art AI technology at work.
You know what? You know what's kind of crazy? I think a lot of these questions we saw that back in the day in MySpace. Rate me questions, like those survey questions thing. Oh, hey, what do you think about me kind of thing. I remember seeing those, especially when I was back in MySpace. I'm pretty sure don't even remember what MySpace is, but yeah, I remember seeing those all the time. It's like this is like nothing in a weird way new. I mean, the new stuff, yeah, that's fucking disgusting. But I'm talking about like the question, the questionnaire, like, hey, what do you guys think about me? Hey, what do you guys think, like, our friendship, etc., stuff like that. It's like, I mean, at first, obviously, when you're a kid, you're not really thinking about that because you just think your peers are just gonna be like doing that for you. But then nowadays, it's like way more crazier than it was back in the day because now more creepy and weirdos are on the internet compared to what they used to be. Like, holy fucking shit.
Here. ChatGPT says I'm 24 years old without makeup. My 34-year-old haggard ass. I'm sorry if I do not trust fucking clankers to handle something like this. Let's take a look at what actual teenagers are saying about this app, shall we? Is Wiz safe? No, I got sent CP on it. Bruh, I got asked, do you trade so many times? Most people on there are horny for real. Got way too many PP pics from people. No, literally at this point, Wiz has become a child-friendly Tinder. The things I saw were horrifying. 15-year-olds posting videos of themselves twerking, 14-year-olds calling themselves bottoms, 13-year-olds putting shit in their bios like, I'll send if you send. My sister is using a dating app for teens called Wiz, and honestly I find it really unhealthy. She spends a lot of time talking to guys she barely knows. The worst part is, my mom does nothing about it. I've been punished for way less, but my sister never gets any real consequences. I'm just trying to protect her, but she thinks I'm against her, and I'm really scared that one day this could end badly. W, older brother, please protect your sister. She may hate you in the moment, but she will thank you in the future. Oh my god, and the fact that his mom doesn't care. This is giving me like actual anxiety. Here's my catch. If you're a guy, it's hard. Watch ads to get 5 coins, and once you reach 250, start the boost to get more requests.
What?
Oh, it's one of those watch ads to get coins sort of apps, of course. So what are the ads these 13 to 17-year-olds being forced to watch in order to get coins or whatever? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what type of ads are on these friendship apps.
All right, let's see. What kind of ads are they? They're getting gambling, OnlyFans. No, I think that's too far, but I won't be surprised. I think OnlyFans and gambling. I'm going with that.
Apps. Safe chat room. Enjoy private chats with gorgeous online. Gets
What?
our horny. 1v1 video chat.
What the
Please
fuck?
tame me. I wanna. AI generate. Not safe for work. Dirty call and
my
fast. Free video chat with
God.
naughty hot girl. Now I know every single social media has an issue with this. Every single one
Yes,
from Instagram
yes.
to
But for
Twitter. There's
kids?
always an issue of predators
But for
preying
kids?
on minors on social media. But these apps in particular are
I meant-
created with weird intentions from the get-go. Like, why does a 13-year-old kid need an app like this, where they swipe on photos of people and like plan to meet them in person? They just don't need an app like this. The bad that potentially comes with it completely outweighs like any of the good that can come from an app like this. I remember when like don't talk to strangers online was like the big thing. That was like the main internet rule. That and don't believe everything you see on the internet, which is
Right.
funny now coming from the boomer generation that thinks
Right.
like this is real on Facebook.
Oh no! Oh my
Meanwhile,
god,
nowadays,
dude.
apps like this are literally marketing themselves
Facebook is-
to minors, like
it's
meet
so
strangers
crazy
on the
AI right
internet.
now.
As a teenager,
It's
it
the
is
worst
like the
platform right now.
optimal time to like meet friends in real life. Like that is when it is the easiest, because it gets really hard to meet friends as an adult. It gets
Yes, it
hard
is.
as fuck to meet friends
Yes,
as
it
an adult.
is.
Like everyone's already established, everyone already has their friends, and like if you
Their
try to make friends
morals,
with someone, you feel like a
etc.
fucking like weirdo freak. Like when I moved to the city, I tried Bumble BFF. I think I've told the story before. Sorry if I've told the story before in a video. Not much happens in my life, so if I repeat stories, I'm sorry. I tried Bumble BFF and the only person I matched with was a furry. Anyway, my point is, I don't think 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever, they shouldn't be meeting strangers off the internet. Like, at the very least, what these apps are doing are normalizing hookup culture. Basically
Yeah,
grooming
pretty
them
much.
into
Yeah.
hookup culture, one of the most toxic aspects of modern society, in my
Yep.
opinion. But these companies do not care. These companies don't care because at the end of the day, they are making a profit. It's not surprising at all that a lot of these apps showed up during COVID, during lockdowns, when many teenagers and kids were really lonely. Like I said before, the app is apparently full of ads, freaky ass ads. And you can buy like all this extra stuff on the app. There's like in-app purchases. There's like the fucking burger bundle,
Bro,
whatever the
what?
hell that is. I like how this is so blatantly like a French person's idea of like, this is like a French person's idea of like marketing to the United States. Bonjour, Americans. Would you like the burger
Oh my
bundle?
God.
So you can have a 13-year-old girl on your, how you say, oui, oui. One of the biggest
Oh
issues, though,
my
besides
God.
the predators or the normalization of hookup apps, is the fact that this app is mainly used by minors to trade photos with other minors. A lot of people, a lot of teenagers especially, don't know that even though you're also a minor, you are still technically creating and distributing CP. If those
Yes,
pictures somehow
it's
get out,
illegal.
if she
It's
breaks up with
illegal.
you and posts them, you could both get in trouble. You could go to jail. You could be labeled a sex offender. Yes, you as a minor could be labeled a sex offender.
Which a lot of us don't even think about that when we're like in high school or middle school or something like that. I mean, like, my God, dude, especially high school where everyone's like, I don't want to say I don't want to be inappropriate, but like you know, horny and all that because you're teenagers just want to fuck anything you could get. I remember like there's like, I mean, photos, which is really messed up, by the way. Even back then, for sure, like it was messed up. There were people out there sharing certain photos they shouldn't be sharing, and technically, yeah, they're technically they could have got in trouble, with the law, but obviously that doesn't really happen because a lot of people don't really think it's a big deal, especially when within teenagers, you know, which is stupid as fuck. But it's like, man, If it was bad back then, I wonder how bad it is now, dude. Holy shit.
Because you sent
Disgusting.
pictures to another minor. And that's what like 90% of this app is. Minors getting each other's links and trading and whatever the like, how do the creators of this app not see that? How do they do see it. They don't care because a burger bundle. So what can we do about this? One particular promising
Cancel
solution
it?
pending before Congress is the Kids Online Safety Act, a bipartisan bill that establishes a duty of care for online platforms likely to be accessed by children. Listen, of course I think government regulation is absolutely necessary to keep corpos in check. If not, they would just do a bunch of immoral, evil shit for money. However, I do not trust the government to handle anything regarding free speech and the internet. Listen, in a perfect world, the government would step in and make the internet a safer place for children. But we do not live in a perfect world.
Yeah.
We live in hell world. And in hell world, anything the government gets its grubby little hands on turns to shit. It will go from, we're just protecting kids, to, we're just protecting adults from bad opinions. It will go from, sorry little Timmy, you can't watch Fat Booty Latinas in Space 12, to, sorry grown-ass man, you can't post that opinion about Israel. But I don't know, you need a government ID to buy alcohol or weed online. Why shouldn't you also need a government ID to watch porn or access apps like this? I don't really know. I kind of like go back and forth on my opinion of stuff like this. I don't really have a fleshed out opinion of this yet. My husband has not given me my opinion of this yet. All I know is it is ultimately the parent's job to monitor what their kids are doing online. But in my opinion, something like this shouldn't even exist in the first place.
At all.
Like
It
imagine,
shouldn't exist at
yeah,
all.
we created meth for kids. You as a parent, you know, you keep your kids away, but you know, the meth for kids is here. You know, if they want it, if they want to buy it, like, no. Also, like, the parents are giving their kids iPads right out of the f***ing womb, dude. These little motherfuckers can't read.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't like that. Idea where like every kid has to have a phone. I am not a fan of that because it takes the creativity and the imagination of kids. Because they're so attached to the screens. I don't like that. I don't believe in that. I don't think they're ready for that at all. And another thing is, what I wish the government, which hopefully I wish the government would ban minors of the internet. You know, they should not be on the internet. It's just too much now, too much exposure to really bad things compared to. I can't believe I'm like saying this. Guess I'm like really this old now. When we were back in the day, back in the day. It was a lot harder to find certain things because it was not as easily accessible, right? For example, prawn. It was not easily accessible. You couldn't just like go online, find it quickly like you can now. You had to go find it somehow, right? You had to literally try to go find it, and it was very difficult. And nowadays it's just a simple click. Oh, hey, I want to see. And now it's even worse because of AI, which is because like now like they see someone, they're like, "Oh, I wonder how she looks like naked." It's like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god, I really do not like the internet culture right now, dude. I really do not. That's why I'm like staying away from it as much as possible. All I do is watch my certain YouTubers, Rhyme Style, Dotto, Steve Reacts for the most part right now, and Maximilian, dude. And that's pretty much it for the most part, right? And some art channels here and there. But yeah, dude, I'm like away from the internet. Like all I do on the internet now, for the most part, is I upload my shorts, my YouTube content. Let's say that. I upload my wrestling content onto my TikTok for the most part right now, and that's pretty much it, really. Like on Twitter, I'm like almost never paying attention to what's going on with Twitter. If I see something that I don't like on Twitter, the biggest thing that I do for the most part, I just like put not interested or I block the person. That's literally it. Because I just don't want to see it. I want to move on. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I just want to move on. I do not care about your opinion. You know, that's the best thing you could do with the internet, right? You could choose what you want to see and what you don't want to see. Suppose that.
Read. Australia is actually enforcing the first social media ban for kids under 16. These are the platforms being banned in Australia: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, X, YouTube, Reddit, Threads, Kick, Twitch. And these are the ones that are still allowed. Steam, WhatsApp, Messenger,
Oh,
YouTube
God.
Kids, Pinterest, GitHub, Google Classroom, Lego Play, Roblox, and Discord.
No,
I'm sorry, stop.
no. Roblox and Discord is really bad. No. No. You're close.
Stop. You want to protect children, and you didn't ban Discord? Also, wow, I almost forgot. Roblox is also trying to become a dating website. Roblox,
What the
the
fuck?
game mostly used by children. I feel like
Yes.
kids are in such a rush to be adults today more than ever. I think because like social media and influencers.
Well, no, that's every generation. Every generation goes in that phase. I wish I was older. I wish I was an adult. Every generation goes through that phase. And every generation concludes with the same thing. Fuck. I do not want to grow up.
Oh my god, apparently the most popular jobs for children that they want to be when they
Streamer,
grow up
YouTuber,
are like
yeah.
streamer and like
Yeah.
YouTuber. We're so cooked, dude. I swear to god, if my kids come up to me and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber like mommy. Nightmare. No, you're going to college. You're getting a degree. You're not going to be an e-girl. You're not going to be a streamer. You're not going to be the next Asmongold. You're going to be normal. I've said this before, but like my
Oh my
kids are not even
God.
going to know the internet exists. I'm going to raise them as if it is 1875. And God forbid like a phone rings in our house. What is that strange bird I hear? Personally, I had unrestricted access to the internet when I was growing up, and I turned out fine. So that was that video. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I read every single comment. I'm serious. I see all the shit you freaks write down there. If you like this video, give it a little like.
I agree with like I think the government should ban minors 100%. 17 I think would be fine for the most part because they're very close to being an adult age, I guess you could say. Yeah, man, I just don't like the internet culture. That's why I like the thing is like it's pretty sad. Like the number one job now is to be a YouTuber and a streamer, etc. Is no longer trying to be anything else. I think it felt even in our generation too, because I think that's like it was growing so much at that point, especially with the YouTubing, especially YouTuber. And like for me, it was not really being a content creator. That was never my thing. It was just more I want to be an artist, but that's also a very delusional dream, I guess you could say, because again, artists can't. It's a very rare thing to become, right? Especially successfully. Yeah, we have more access to it nowadays, but like AI is kind of ruined a lot of things in so many ways because like even it's taking opportunities, even in Artist Alley, because there's certain people that are taking spots with their AI stuff, which I think we should at this point just call them out and just kick them out at this point. Like it is what it is. But yeah, I mean that's why I had a plan, but it's now at 2026 is my last year of doing this. Like I'm just like, you know what? Let's see if I could become a content creator, YouTuber, but mostly an artist, right? That's like the number one goal, and see how that goes. But that like my other stuff is like I already went to college, and I'm gonna look into what careers can I do with my disabled hand because I am disabled. I am gonna try to get surgery with 2D fingers, guys. And the surgery's gonna be like they're gonna crack the fingers, like break them, and then straighten them out because I feel like they are ready to like they want to move, like they want to move. It's just they just can't because like they were healed wrong. Um, so it was never nerve damage fully. It was just they were just healed wrong. But anyways, but yeah, I'm just looking at jobs. What can I do as a person with like I was thinking like maybe something with cars, technology, because that's where a lot of things are headed in so many ways. But that doesn't mean I have to stop doing art or doing a lot of things. It would just not be my number one priority anymore. And we'll see how 2026 gets. Because again, my goal, like I have certain goals already for 2026. It's like the goal is gonna be with another goal at the same time, right? For example, I have a certain amount of number of money that I want to save up by 2026. If I don't reach that goal, then I am quitting all of this, right? Like full time or what you want to call it. And the money that I do save up those either way, it will be used to the next goal pretty much. And at least I won't be as really I mean, because I'm behind right now. I'm extremely behind in life right now. when it comes to like savings and retirement funds, starting that up. Like I'm behind right now, and I need to catch up. So that's why like I'm working on a bunch of stuff right now. But like I said, like that is something that I'm doing right now, and I think like, yeah, man, it's just sex with how the world is right now, especially with technology, dude. It's like this right here is like a dating app for kids. That's disgusting. That's really disgusting. This shouldn't even be a thing at all. Like what? Like why is that even a thing? What a way to spend Christmas Eve, huh? Anyways, let's see. Kick streamer runs over stalker.
What even is that? People linked that earlier.
What? Kick streamer Calvert Cooler crashes Cybertruck into another vehicle as he runs over someone.
Start driving with this guy. Drive.
Oh my fuck. Oh my god!
Wait, what happened?
Oh my god.
Huh?
What happened?
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
Fuck you, mama.
Oh, he's permanent banned.
I don't get it. Is this like a stunt like that or what? It looks like that looks pretty bad. Did I actually run him over? Actually? Well, I'm trying to understand what kind of content. What if it is happening?
You said it today. Oh yeah, I have to check you. Yeah. Why do you think feeling calling black people the is bad? How you feel about that?
Is this a skit? Are they doing this for a skit right now?
Yo.
Say that, bro. You can't call us
Yo. Over and over again?
Why you touching me for? Don't touch me. Put your hands down. Don't touch me.
Hit the other car. You couldn't see nothing because he's on top.
Yeah, exactly. I can't.
Breaks down what happened when he drove over. Wait, what?
When you hit that gas, you hit the other car.
They were carrying illegal guns, so it was an act of self-defense.
See nothing because he's on top.
Yeah, exactly. I can't see shit.
When you don't take
well, that's why. Well, when you're afraid. Well, I don't know what's going on.
I know how you feel. A little bit more calm on that. We don't know how this motherfucker.
No, you don't know. There's armed people surrounding my.
Yeah, man.
Stream sniper that has been harassing stalking streamers for months now, even attacked Clap and Neon.
That's annoying as fuck for sure. Why do people do that anyway? I don't like this guy.
Oh no, it's for clout. Aiden Ross talks about forgotten after his record-setting Team Water shared his stream, Mr. Beast. Where are the whales? I'm not joking. Signing autographs saying thank you. That's all I got. I'm not even a Genius World Record. Didn't even hit up the wait. What?
Instead of making assumptions, like basically it's dumb. I'm not.
That's my brain rot, like jacked.
The cookie files. That's all we want. Release the fucking cookie files.
No, this Aiden guy, man.
Guy. He is the motherfucker on the ground, the bad guy. He did what he was.
Cheeser.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is he dead? Dude, I mean, do that. Uptight.
I'm not sure. It's Jenkinson's Carnival or something like that.
Holy shit.
I mean, at least he's calling for help and he looks stressed out. So I don't know.
He's not.
To a certain degree, because if the reason why you run somebody over is that they're a threat or that you're scared.
Ed Matthews got get his life threatened by a group of thugs after trying to save a girl they kidnapped. Wait, what?
Talk to me, way too close though. Bro, I got the switch. You got the. About that is my hood. I hate white people.
Get away from my face. You hate white people. Why'd you hate white people? Get off the. I don't care. Property.
What the fuck is wrong with like? Oh, I'm done seeing negative stuff. We gotta see fun stuff, fun stupid shit. All right, guys, I'm done seeing all this negative shit. I gotta clean my YouTube again. I gotta clean up everything again. Don't worry, guys. I need to just clean up. That's why, like, by the way, guys, this is why you guys don't really see a lot of like cop videos anymore on my YouTube and a lot of like dog stuff and Yu-Gi-Oh. Because I've been cleaning as much as I can right now, all this stuff. What happened? So a streamer ran over a stalker, and it's like a weird thing because like the guy said, "Hope the guy is dead" and all that. Like even as a joke, it's kind of weird. And it's just a lot of negative stuff right now. So I'm like, okay, we need to go back to just straight out just fun stuff, guys. Just fun stuff. That's it. Fun. But yeah, that's why like you don't, like I said, you don't see a lot of like cop stuff videos anymore on my thing. Supposedly he was carrying an illegal gun too, by the way. Oh, did you know that
If you bought an absolute comic book over this last year, you're about to be happy. The most trending comic book.
It is crazy right now. Almost every single issue of Absolute Comics is money right now, dude. But other than that, it's a really good story. Like every issue. If you like, bro, if there's a comic book right now that you want to jump on, I'm just saying, look into Absolute Comics right now. That's all I'm saying. Especially when it's like introducing a new character or a reintroduction of a character, I should say. Then it's like, oh shit. It's like, because the comics are just like, bro, look at this, dude. The Absolute Batman right now, I can't believe it's still worth 100. Something wrong with your chat? What's wrong? What's wrong with the chat? Is it not loading? It's not showing timestamps? Oh no, I think they took that out. I think they took that out. I heard they took that out. I don't know. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see. So right now, I don't know. I don't know why though. They've been making some changes right now with Twitch. So right now, Absolute Batman, I mean number 15, which is the introduction of Joker, like his like full origin story. It's only $5. And it may stay it may stay that way, by the way. It may stay at $5, by the way. But yeah, dude, it is crazy how much like, I mean, now okay, here's the thing too, by the way. I think a lot of these comics now, my personal opinion, they're not gonna be as high anymore because they're making too many copies right now, and I think they're getting extremely hype. So I think like a lot of these like value comics, especially from like, I want to say 15 and up, I think a lot of these issues are not gonna be worth as much. Oh, did you? Yeah, I do have Absolute Wonder Woman.
Kaiju-sized gods that Absolute Wonder Woman provides in this comic.
Yeah, I do own that one. I got it cheap, dude, because I got it early. Same thing with Superman. I got all the Absolute comics right now, number ones. And I also got like the villain. I got it for $2 each too. I think I showed it to you guys. Let me see. So I got these super cheap, dude. I got these super cheap, guys. So I got Absolute Evil. Oh, Thunder. Like super cheap. Like $2 each. And I got 3 of them. Why did I do that? Well, it's the introduction of villains. The Joker, Lex Luthor, you name it. And then also got this one. I forgot what. I think this is the introduction of Harley Quinn. $2 each because they're doing a special. And I guess they didn't look into their inventory right, because as soon as I ordered these 2 comics right here, guys, they were gone. they were gone and then put it back into the website for a higher price. It was insane. But yeah, dude, I got these first prints of Absolute Evil for like $2 each, and these are like the introductions of like villains. So we'll see if these go up in value. And then obviously I do have one of the Absolute Joker. The origin story, which is like, isn't it how crazy how he looks? He looks like you know what it reminds me of? He looks like the Batman Arkham Joker, where he becomes all buff and big and all that. Yeah. It is a crazy origin story, by the way. We saw it on stream. It is the crazy origin story. I recommend it, guys. It is an awesome origin story.
Atrocity form.
Number 7 on the list, not an absolute original. The next link in the bio down.
$12 average sales, $103 for a recent CGC 9.8. I do not know this character well. This is one of those like offshoot spider totem killers from C6. $12 average sales, $103 for a recent CGC 9.8. I do not know this character. A lot of different keys fitting, every of hooking up members, content creation. Let's talk about number 6 on the list. We have Amazing Spider-Man 46, $12 average sales, $103 for a recent CGC 9.8.
I thought he said the character.
I do not know this character well. This is one of those like offshoot spider totem killers from Spidey lore. First appearance of Shathra, a spider wasp from the astral plane. Sadie Sink Spec has come full circle 3 times in the last year. Is she going to be Gwen? Is she going to be a movie that's coming out? And
nobody knows what Shady Sink is playing as a character in the movie. So we were just speculating what comics she's gonna be. But like, it's just like, bro, people just make it up a lot of things.
And she said, "No, I'm here for Stranger Things." So that,
in regards to
Kate Bishop.
DCKO issue number 1, the second printing. We have a $15 high average
Why is
sale
that one high?
with the Trinity from the Absolute Universe gracing it, which is why I'm thinking we're seeing an increase of copies sold of 132%. Got me thinking like,
I mean, it's a great cover.
Clearly the Trinity's on the cover, but I feel like I've seen them on the cover all at once before, but kind of, right?
We've talked about the other book multiple times. DC All-In Special.
Right, I have that
Number
one.
1 is an actual flip book. If you flip it over and flip it around, you have the absolute characters on the cover. Not only are they on the inside,
yeah, technically that's the first appearance.
They are on the cover of this book, but it's in your bag and your board, and you're not going to see it because it's flipped around. So I think a lot of people have overlooked that, and they are buying.
Yeah, honestly, this one right here, if you want to buy the Absolute Universe, like their first introduction, is this one right here. Yeah, this All-In Special. This is the book that if people want to get like the first introduction of all of these 30 characters, get this book.
DCKO number 1, this second print. Which book do you like better to display your app?
Honestly, this one, I like the design on this one. It's very slick. It's very clean, right? With the black background and the red, like with the red, like background for each of the characters. I love that.
Absolute Trinity on the cover. This one or the other one? Let us know in the comment section down below.
I also want to know from the community, do we deem this cover the first time they're all on the cover for the first time? Because it's technically on the back cover, but it's flipped Youngblood style on All-In Special. You guys tell me. What I do want to point out is they're all going to be on the cover of DCKO issue number 4. That book may spike a bit because of like this track record. But did you see the Daniel Warren Johnson Luchador Absolute Batman variant?
Cool.
They will let him do whatever he wants at DC. I'm convinced.
I love my wrestling. I love my
That's
Daniel
really
Warren
cool.
Johnson. This is a book to buy.
Number 4 on the list, the many deaths of Layla Starr issue number 1.
This is a good.
We are seeing $4
I heard it's a good
average
comic.
sales, $50 for a CGC 9.8.
Yeah, I heard it's a good comic.
Of 1,000, and then more mainstream friendly. What happens in a world where people stop dying? What does death do? The entity death.
What's going on inside
release?
This is an Image comic from 1998. And while Bendis had been doing comics for Caliber for a couple years before this, this and a couple of the other gritty crime dramas really put him on the map. We have Netflix option news that Zach Krieger, the director of
they're making it into a show.
This is the second time it's landed on the list.
I'm so happy I bought Omega Red like a long time ago, guys. Like that's just going up, and I cannot wait. I'm probably gonna end up selling it, honestly.
Since the glimpse of 3, and that also goes for $5. I don't know why this
Really?
best Batman issue number 1.
All right, who owns Absolute Batman number 1, guys? Who owns it?
$100 high average sales.
It's
300.
The reason why this book is going up in value like crazy, guys, is because so many reprints. If there's a lot of reprints, that will give a comic book, the first print, a lot more value. That happened with the Edge of Spider-Verse. Edge of Spider-Verse number 1. Or number 2, sorry. Edge of Spider-Verse number 2, the introduction of Spider-Gwen. Oh, you don't have a Shadow?
$50 for a CGC 9.8. This morning, I saw a $200 sale for a raw freaking copy. An increase in
Damn.
copies sold of 101%. Since we cover...
So, technically, I own 2, right? I'm trying to sell one of them, which is the blank cover Absolute Batman, but it's the first print. It is the first print Absolute Batman. I got it for $6 because I was going to make artwork on it. But when we look into it, it's worth a lot of money because it is a first print. It is the first print. And so because of that, it's worth a lot of money, which is insane. I'm like, what the hell? I just bought it because it was the blank cover. But what's special about this cover, what it did with this one, is that they still have the original cover under the cardboard cover. It still has the original one, so it's like, oh, well, that's really cool. Because honestly, the blank cover could be actually worth a lot more money. If, like, for example, if you get any of these artists or writers to sign the blank cover or make artwork on it, oh my god, that book will be worth a lot more money. And that's what I like. A part of me wants to take it off eBay right now and actually do that. If I get a chance to get them to sign and do artwork on the blank cover Absolute Batman number 1, first print. Oh my god, dude! I got something. I have something there, bro. I have something. You know.
Census count on every book we talk.
Absolute Wonder Woman about the same amount. There are at least 2.
Like I said, I literally got a lot of the Absolute covers. Like I literally did. Got like a lot of number 1s. It's just, like it's already too late for me to get the introduction of Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, and Bane. That's the ones I missed on. What program do you use for your video editing? I use Adobe Premiere. I do not recommend it. If you want to get like a cheap one, I recommend Vegas. It's a really great one. Vegas is a really great one. And I think also Hado uses a free editing app. I forget what it's called. You could ask him. It's like AI influence or something like that. I recommend either Vegas, it's super cheap, or use the one that Hado owns, which is like a free editing app. The only reason I use Premiere Pro because I pay monthly right now for Adobe because I use like Photoshop, Illustrator, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only reason why I used it. I don't recommend anybody using it because you have to pay monthly for that, which fucking sucks.
200,000 copies of Absolute Batman number 1 that were printed and sold. I'm a lot of money. It's a
women start to catch up, and then it's going to start looking like Superman's going to catch up the following month. Because keep in mind, this Absolute Batman craze, the way that it's kind of just like taken off, it was like late October. So we're just now seeing what was being sent in then. Imagine what's going to be sent in between now and early next year. The sales for Absolute Batman are astounding. Just looking at the sold listings on eBay, we're seeing
just regular covers too. Look at that.
Open to order books regularly sell for double.
Bro, like the Absolute Batman number 13, I got this one. It's already worth $15.
Double, triple cover price. We're seeing exclusives sell well, sure, but incentives and books that just came out in the last couple months. And I'm sure, looking at this list, you probably own some of them. So congratulations, but you got to decide what you're going to do with them. One thing I want to point out,
right?
Absolute Batman is dope as hell, but one of the best Batman stories of all time is written by the same writer, Scott Snyder, New 52 Batman. And there is upwards of, actually, I did the count, shout out. We have 681 less 9/8 of New 52 Batman than Absolute Batman 1.
Wow.
The biggest difference, New
Which
52
Carter
Batman
Owls-
came
which
out
Carter
14 plus years ago.
Damn.
And the last 9.8 sale, is this right, Russ? $72?
$72 on auction. Yeah, the buy it now is
Because it was like, yeah, I mean, like the New 52, it was very popular at one point, but once that died down and then move on to the next thing, not this one. That was when, yeah, when the hype died down, that's like everything dies down. Like for example, the Absolute Batman, there are certain combos that are gonna die down. For example, like the Bane introduction, Click Croc, Shadow, like they're gonna all those combos are gonna go down in value, guys. It's not gonna be up in it's not gonna be the same value. They're gonna go down. They're gonna go down. The only one that may stay up in value, guys, is the Absolute Batman #1 because that's so many different has so many reprints, like so many reprints.
for 100, but man, 70, that's criminally low.
Do you own any of these comics? And of course, as always,
geek responsibly.
Enough said. And that's the end of the video, Russ.
But yeah, dude. I own some of them. I own Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, and the Flash. Those are the ones I own. I think I own almost all the Absolute #1s. I think. But yeah, dude, it is crazy, dude. It is crazy. The All-In Special, in my opinion, is the first appearance on the cover. Absolute Evil. Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, dude. As soon as I read about the Absolute guys, I just bought in like as soon as possible. Good thing I did, but I didn't get all the issues, obviously, because there's no way I could do that. But yeah, Absolute Universe, man, it's crazy right now, dude. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna upload a short right now, my my Grinch short. So yeah, and after that, what we're gonna do is work on some digital art pieces or something like that. And then we'll call it a night around like 2 o'clock or something. But yeah, Merry Xmas, by the way. Merry Xmas. Where's my gifts? Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna play this video and I'm gonna upload the short real quick. All right, guys. Sorry about this. Here we go. I'll make the video bigger just so like I gotta not that kind of way. There you go. All right, guys. When rappers get killed over interviews.
You, Big Flop, the video, controversy behind the video.
Man, no Big Flop, man. He's a big
No big flop.
Sources ID him as Abdul Vix, a rapper known as YBC Duel, affiliated with the West Philadelphia Young Bag Chasers.
One rapper dissed his op so bad, he got less than a day after the interview. And another dropped the diss on G Herbo so crazy, he got gunned down by his crew just a few months later. These are times rappers got killed over interviews. And we gotta start off with YBC Duel, because one interview he did was so disrespectful, it got him killed less than a day after it dropped. Duel was known for his extreme antics and dissing dead ops on songs. And some of the disses were so disrespectful, he even earned the name Mr. Disrespectful from his fans. Because he even went as far as digging up one of his ops' grave back in February 2024.
Tombstone, dirt up. Hey, yo, where the at, yo? Carney, where the you at?
And that wasn't all, because in May, he was on an episode of No Jumper, and he completely went off on all of his ops.
All ops, ECK, LMG, 56th Street, Belmont, y'all never got back. No, 44 CB Taming, y'all. Look, 38th Street, 38th Street, I ain't even going live. The Dub too, and who else? I ain't gonna lie, it's many more. Collar Hill, Parkside, Bud, Blue for Bud. All them. Is the real disrespectful. I'm gonna who you is. I will disrespect you.
Because just the day before, Brandon Buckingham had posted an interview he did with YBC Duel, in which Duel talked on his beef with his ops and about how he and his crew were really getting the ops smoked. He even mentioned how almost no one in their hood, including his ops, were ever outside. Because according to Duel, he and his gang were terrorizing the block up.
You just took Drake and he got gun butted with it. Real, go listen to it. Every mom, dad, sisters, brothers. We proving a point. No, it ain't no block you could go on down here and people outside. We blocks up. Never got robbed. I never got touched, shot at in the city.
Outside right now with the most disrespectful rapper in America.
And we on feet on land.
Block, feet on land.
They in the comments on No Jumper till my man don't be outside. My man outside every day, all day.
I pulled up at 2 p.m. It's almost midnight.
And it almost sounded like he was bragging about it at one point, but his ops would eventually get the drop on him. And on August 23rd, 2024, the car pulled up on him while he was at a stoplight in Philly and let off 5 shots, hitting him in his hand and chest before speeding off down the street.
We are learning new details about the investigation into the murder of a person police say is a well-known gang member. The sound coming from this surveillance video, according to Philadelphia police, the deadly claimed the life of Abdul Vix, also known as Young Duel.
His friend tried rushing him to the hospital, but unfortunately, he ended up passing away. And he probably should have eased up with all the dissing, since that's how many of his homies also went out. But if you thought that was crazy, one rapper lost his life for saying too much in his interview, and another died for speaking on his op. But first, let's talk about Tan the God, because her situation is even crazier than what happened to YBC Duel, and she made headlines back in 2023 for allegedly killing her ex and making a whole project about it. Because Tan...
All right, this story was crazy. I remember reading about it. So I'm uploading a short right now on TikTok. Just you know how it is. Yeah, I remember reading about it. Yeah, so supposedly she killed her ex-boyfriend, and she was making fun of it. Where yeah, her whole concept, her album was about her ex-boyfriend, pretty much. In an interview, yeah, I think you guys saw it earlier in the video. In an interview, she had a like a tombstone of her ex-boyfriend. And bro, yeah, you guys gonna find out what happened to her, but I'm not surprised what happened to her. I can't fully feel bad because she's pretty much was taunting them like crazy, dude, like crazy.
Was an up-and-coming rapper from Oakland, and she'd been in the rap scene for a long time. But in 2023, she went viral for dropping a project called X Woodpack. Nobody knows what really went down, but Tan the God made it sound like she killed her ex-boyfriend and was smoking on him. Tan even went on Kid L's podcast to speak on the situation, and she didn't really say that she killed her ex, but Tan the God told Kid L,
threatening family and you know, and you know where people live. And I think about it, I'm like, you know where my loved ones live? You gotta go. you got to go. Especially if you got the audacity to threaten them. What? You threatening my people? Everybody gonna die. Oh, is we?
During the interview, Tan made it sound like her ex had abused her and was sending death threats to her family. And that's why she allegedly took him out. Kidell even asked Tan how she was free, since the cops should have done something by now.
Did they like side with you on it? Like, how did you evade like any type of like consequence, basically?
And Tan the guy told him,
We gonna find that out on September 23rd.
Okay.
And after the Kidell interview dropped, everyone was trying to figure out what it really went down. And some people thought Tan was just talking crazy for clout. But then rumors started going around that she really did kill the dude and that she was even in the witness protection program. And about a month after her Kidell interview, Tan went on off the porch to announce that she'd beat the case and that if things hadn't worked out, she'd have probably done the race like TK. And people still weren't sure if she was clowning or not. But then she brought a tombstone of her ex on the interview to show she was really smoking on it and said,
Extra childish, making families mad. And oh well, because they ain't gonna do about it.
Smoking on that Axwood pack.
Oh yeah, you know it. Matter of fact, I got the smoke on this dead mother as we speak. Hold up.
Wow, dude.
My love.
But things eventually go left for Tan the God, because in July 2024, she was doing a meet and greet and performing for the grand opening of
she
a
got
beauty
shot.
supply shop.
Yeah,
When out of
got
nowhere,
shot up.
a dude
I think she
ran
was
up
live
on her
too.
and shot her in front of everybody in broad daylight. According to reports, a dude in a hoodie walked in behind her after she was done chopping it up with her fans and allegedly got into some kind of argument with her. And that's when he upped the strap and started letting off shots. After the shots rang out, fans reported hearing Tan the God screaming, "I'm hit," and the paramedics soon rolled up to the scene to rush Tan to the hospital. But she was tragically pronounced dead just a couple hours later. And after the news broke, a lot of different stories started flying around about what really went down. At first, nobody knew why Tan the God got hit, but fans started connecting the dots to her interviews and the project she dropped back in 2023. And it's really tragic since Tan the God was finally starting to get some motion in the rap game. And sometimes it's best not to even speak on things.
Don't even
you did in
say
interviews to gain
anything.
clout.
Like
Because
a lot
that's
of these
part the reason
rappers,
rapper G Money lost his life, because NBA YoungBoy and
a lot of these rappers lose their life because they can't shut up what they want to brag about, of like all the like some of the bad things they've done. They just cannot shut up, bro. They cannot shut up, dude. Like, bro, stop saying shit.
G Money were close friends at one point, but then G Money pulled this move in a 2017 interview with Say Cheese, because he says
he mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mad about that. He wasn't really tripping on it back then, though. You know what I'm saying? He be calling me big brother.
And after this interview, G Money then went on to drop a diss on YoungBoy named Industry. And in the song, he gets disrespectful, saying, "Your sister swallowed, so I never kissed her, but I with her, so I never dissed her." G Money was rising in fame after all of this, but he wasn't moving too smart and kept sending disses at NBA YoungBoy and his homies, saying how he was still recording at the same studio and driving the same cars. And the beef ended up getting so serious that it led to gun violence. G Money was in the studio one night finishing up another recording session until shortly after leaving around 1 a.m. he was shot by an unknown person who was waiting for him at the door. And YoungBoy spoke on the situation in a song named Poor One, where he rapped, "Matter of fact, I used to call you my big brother. Then you did some foul, and that with my sister." But G Money isn't the only rapper from TBG who died after dissing someone. And it didn't turn out good. The same happened with Boulevard Quick, because in 2018, after Quick got out of prison, he started going hard with the music as well. And in August 2018, he dropped the video for the song Never Lacking. And at the end, he went on a huge rant against YoungBoy.
Shot that. Pull up. Back. Don't chill. You know, TBG Gorilla Gang, long live G Money.
These are the people that you just clown on in high school because they think they're hard, but they're actually not. They're limp dicks.
I'm gonna tell my. I don't hide behind money, cause I ain't got that much. So I'm in the field. Can't be. It must be counterfeit. You dropped the bag while I'm still breathing.
And YoungBoy's mom hopped in and told Boulevard Quick to leave him alone. But Boulevard Quick wasn't hearing that and responded, telling her to mind her business, which really pissed YoungBoy off.
Man, Mom, tell me about that. That eat a big long.
So just a few weeks later, he was killed. In November 2018, the police found Quick's body in the parking lot of his apartment complex. YB spoke on the situation on Impact, saying, They spoke on my mama. I ain't want to talk. I ended up killing her. But now, let's move on to OG Man, because he wasn't a real rapper like YBC Duel and 10 to God, but he went viral in 2016 for dropping a diss with a music video so disrespectful, even DJ Academic straight up called it demonic. OG Man was one of DMV's biggest hitters, and his name was well respected in the streets. But then, he decided to have relations with Big Flock's girl, who was one of his homies at the time. And that's what pissed Big Flock off, because when he found out about it, he dropped a diss on Man called The Intro, calling out OG as a snitch for the feds, where he rapped. A man turned to informant, thought that he was real. He put on a good performance. And Man wasn't too happy with the diss, since his crew really hated snitches. So when he finally got out of jail, he took to the studio to record Truth, one of the most disrespectful disses of all time, in which he rapped. I know why you mad, cause I was
listening to my video.
Stop playing with me, talking about I'm snitching. Rest in peace to Lil Chris. Yeah, I know they miss him. Don't trip, his whole squad gonna lay there with him. And that wasn't all, because the music video was actually shot at C. Diddy's grave, one of Big Flock's closest homies and most respected gang member that had died. And after the video dropped, Man even linked up with Cutthroat TV for an interview in which he doubled down on his claims, dissing Big Flock and his crew even more.
Big Flock, the video, controversy behind the video.
Man, no Big Flock, man. He's a big no Big Flock. He mad. He mad, he want my life, he mad, he ain't me. So, you know, I had to go on him like I went on him. It's simple. I don't give a about you, your dead man, your mother, your father, your grandmother. I don't give a none of that. But I'm gonna go on you, your dead man, your mother, your grandfather, all that, okay? You hear me? Like, you don't disrespect me and think I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I ain't one of them you think you gonna say something to and not say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing back. Like, I know the real him. That's why the song came about, the truth. It ain't a sneak diss, it's the truth.
But Big Flock didn't take the dissing lightly. And unfortunately, OG Man would end up losing his life over it. Because on June 12th, 2016, Man received a call from someone who wanted him to pull up to Southeast DC for a cookout they were gonna have later that night. But once OG pulled up, the man walked up to him, his blick, letting off multiple shots and ending his life. Many suspected Big Flock as soon as it happened. And the cops later raided Flock's home for evidence, but found nothing more than rounds of ammunition and a few $1,000s worth of narcotics. And since there was no way to prove his involvement in Man's death, he was instead charged with illegal possession of firearms and drugs, which he took a plea deal for and got 45 months in jail. Let's move on to Lil JoJo, because he started to make a name for himself back in 2012 after dropping his song BDK, in which he took shots at the Black Disciples. He was a dude from the south side of Chicago who repped the gang Brick Squad, who was the subground of the Gangster Disciples. And at first, JoJo wasn't a rapper, but after hearing a diss Lil Durk drop on his gang back in 2012 called L's Anthem, he decided to hop in the booth to shoot back. On April 27th, 2012, Lil JoJo dropped a remix of Chief Keef's song Every Day called BDK, aka 300K, which took shots at the whole BDK gang, including Chief Keef, Lil Reese, and Durk. And JoJo didn't stop there, because his BDK track got so much attention that he decided to keep dropping disses to build up his career as a rapper. He followed up with the track Tied Up, in which he took more shots at Keef.
Bad Cloud,
which was a remix of the Yo Gotti song I Got That Sack, in which he claimed that one of his homies had knocked Lil Reese out, saying, "Catch him in traffic with Lil Reese, man, they gon' feel this Mac. BDK, that's my team and my city got my back. Went to school with these, but they don't mean my tail knocked them out. You should have seen that." And in the outro of the song, they took it a step further by taking shots at David Barksdale, aka King David, the founder of the Black Disciples. And JoJo's homie P. Rico can be heard shouting, and JoJo going dumb on Durk's. BDK, die L's on Queen Dave. And many took offense to the diss, because Lil JoJo was also quickly becoming one of the most hated GDs in the city. And he still wasn't done with the dissing, because he downplayed his op on a TP radio interview and told the interviewer that he wasn't done with the 300K disses, since he had some sort of sequel in mind for the project.
What's the actual title to it?
300K, they like that. Ain't no BDK, 300K.
So you got a part 2 coming out to that, right? Or how you gonna do that? Or what is that?
Part 2 is just a little series of videos.
Oh, okay, this is all gonna tie into one thing though, or how this going?
It'll be like a little movie.
But on September 4th, 2012, Lil JoJo would lose his life in a very tragic way. He was riding with his homie's bike along 69th Street when a car pulled up on him and let off shots, hitting him to the ground, and unfortunately, he'd be pronounced dead at the hospital. And JoJo made a grave mistake, because just a few minutes prior, he had dropped his location on Twitter, tagging Lil Reese, basically telling him that he was outside if Reese was really down for the action. Many suspected Lil Reese was the one behind the hit, seeing as they'd been going back and forth for months months prior to the shooting. And right after it happened, Chief Keef also went on Twitter to clown JoJo out, saying, "It's sad because JoJo wanted to be just like us." Lil Reese and Chief Keef were both taken into questioning, but no charges were filed since the cops couldn't make a clear connection, and no one was ever arrested for the death of Lil JoJo. But about a year later, Swag Dinero, who was JoJo's older brother, hinted that whoever was responsible for the hit was no longer breathing because he tweeted on phone them, "Y'all don't know how this go for real. Hashtag no talking. Even the ops know. The MF who took my bro ain't walking this earth no more." And the whole situation's pretty sad, since Lil JoJo was just starting to see some buzz in the city. But now, let's move on to FBG Cash, because he died not too long after talking about something disrespectful that he did during an interview. In late 2020, Chicago rapper FBG Cash took a picture in front of King Von's mural to disrespect Von and his people. Not long after taking the picture, he went on No Jumper to discuss it. He told Adam 22 about the conversation he had with Lil Durk before taking the picture.
What kind of conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
Go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Hey, what's up?" Why Chicago's so weird because the ops always be talking to each other and like going on live and tweeting at each other.
And doing this interview might have made things even worse than it already was, because Durk later dropped a song where he said sneaking pics by Von mural like Lil Bro won't come out and spin, where we sent a threat to FBG Cash for taking that picture. Then, 3 months after the song was released, FBG Cash ended up getting hit and lost his life while driving on the south side of Chicago.
Crazy, dude. Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning in the Auburn-Gresham neighborhood. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton was shot multiple times. According to the Sun-Times, he raps under the name FBG Cash. A 29-year-old woman with him was also shot, taken to the hospital in serious condition.
Now, let's move on to Shooter Shells, because he was a controversial rapper, best known for his affiliation with the Black Mob Gang and his song Death of 150, which racked up over 8 million views on YouTube, in which he called out the whole No Limit 150 crew. No Limit was one of Black Mob's ops, and in Death of 150, Shells completely went off on his ops, including G Herbo, saying Lil Herb, Bezo, Vito, Chemo, among many other 150 associates. The reviews were mixed because many people were saying that Shells was just trying to chase clout, since he was taking shots at much bigger names in the streets and music industry. But Shells was on an interview with Iman where he cleared everything up, saying that his beef with G Herbo and the 150s has been going on for a very long time, and that the beef goes deeper than people think.
You know, like, we've been in tour with them guys for a minute, you know, Lil Herb or whatever, them, like all them little 150 guys. You feel me? It ain't specifically Lil Herb, it's just all of them. You feel me? I ain't singling out just him. You feel me? All of them. We in tour with the whole, all of them. You feel me? Like, when he first started rapping or whatever, you feel me, had mentioned my name in a track. This one, I wasn't even really rapping like that. You know, it's rap beef. Once mention my name, we go at it. You feel me? Because, you know, we really into it. It ain't like this just some odd never heard of. This, you know, we into it. It wasn't even just Lil Herb, though, you feel me? He used to go to a whole nother, like, when I was, like, in 6th grade, I used to go to PAL. You feel me? And then we used to be like, you know, elementary school was close by. Elementary schools used to fight. You feel me? We've been always in tour with them. And as we got older, you feel me? Just escalated, you feel me? So, you know, gang banging, fist fights turned to gunshots, you feel me, gunplay. And he just so happened to be a part of them, you feel me? So that's how it came about. It don't never be about no money though. It ain't really about no money, you feel me? Just always fighting, bad blood, and then as we got older, high school, and then playing with guns, people started dying.
But he'd end up losing his life in a very crazy way, because back in July 2017, gunshots could be heard in the Auburn-Gresham neighborhood of the 8100 block. 3 men had hopped out of a white Nissan and shot Shells multiple times in the head and torso. A total of 43 casings were found at the scene, with at least 15 shots being directly to his face. Now, let's move on to BTB Savage. Because some say that doing this interview with DJ Vlad is the main cause of his death, since he spoke on how he killed someone in self-defense in a cocky fashion. According to Savage, a local rapper had been trying to get a feature from him for a while. One night, the dude got in touch with Savage and finally agreed to do a feature. Later that night, the other rapper pulled up to his apartment with a car full of dudes. The rapper came into Savage's apartment with another dude named Omar Richardson. Savage said he felt weird since both of them were looking around his spot when they walked in. But then, Omar upped some racks, so Savage thought it was all good. The dudes then came in with a box full of studio equipment so they could get to work. But then, the other rapper said he was missing a few things. So Omar told him to go back back and get it out of the car. Savage thought something was off, so he locked the door when the rapper went outside, and that's when everything went left. Omar started asking Savage about his jewelry and eventually upped his firearm and told Savage to hand over everything. At first, Savage didn't want to give it up, but then Omar threatened to shoot Savage and his girlfriend. So Savage started taking his chains off. When Omar reached to grab Savage's chain, Savage saw an opportunity. So he wrapped Omar up in his arms, and they fell to the ground and started wrestling. Omar's strap fell out of his hand, and that's when Savage yelled for his girl to come shoot Omar. She came in and popped him twice, but that didn't slow him down because Omar managed to get his hand on a gun and let 3 shots off at Savage's girl. Thankfully, all the shots missed, and Savage got Omar back under control. Savage told Omar to leave since his son was in there, but Omar didn't listen and told Savage he was going to kill him. They kept fighting, and that's when Omar's partners came up and started shooting through the door, but they didn't hit anything. When they stopped shooting, Savage's girl popped back at him with 2 shots, and that's when Omar's partners left him to die. Omar kept fighting, and Savage's girl shot Omar one more time in the torso, and Omar ended up passing away. Savage and his girl got off on self-defense. It was a crazy situation that took over the internet. Savage even went on to do an interview with Vlad TV, and it hit 2 million views in less than a week. But Savage's ops weren't happy about it, since Savage was talking cocky in the interview.
Concerned that his people are gonna try to come back.
Yeah, they for sure might do what they do, but I'm gonna get active. That's all it is. And it is what it is.
Then, on March 30th, Savage posted pics on Twitter of him standing in a pool of dried blood where Omar had lost his life. Savage was trolling the dude, and the pics instantly went viral, since no one had ever seen anything like that on the net. But 2 hours after posting those pictures, BTB Savage was in his Mercedes, driving around until 2 gunmen pulled up, boxed him in, and then started letting off shots. By the time help arrived at the scene, it was already too late. Some people blamed the interview for his tragic death, while others blamed the picture, since the picture was very disrespectful.
The picture.
But speaking of rappers, 21 Savage had to check a rapper for dissing his homie's dead mother, and Lil Yachty had to humble an artist for disrespecting his people. So click this video to see gangster rappers who humbled entitled rappers.
Bro, like all these rappers could like not died.
Is not what you see.
If they just shut up, dude. All these rappers would have been alive if they just didn't like go on a. The only person, which is kind of crazy saying this, but the only rapper that actually was like alive by bragging this kind of thing and being very disrespectful is Tekashi 6ix9ine, which is insane, dude. Insane. All right, guys. I know, okay, so I have a couple plans for today and tomorrow. We're not gonna watch a lot of videos today and tomorrow, guys, because I got a lot of stuff planned for that. Like a lot of stuff for like pop culture and everything. So this is gonna be the last video of tonight, guys, and then Thursday and Friday we're gonna watch the very last videos. Now we're gonna get back on track now. Now that everything is kind of like calmed down for the most part, I just have like one big task left, which is gonna be the PC build, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna watch one last final video, and we're gonna call it, and that is gonna be that I exposed the most evil cult in America, aka
That's me
the church.
Infiltrating Scientology's Church of Spiritual
Scientology.
Technology, fortified with spiked fences, infrared cameras, and rumored to be a labor camp holding the leader of Scientology's wife as a prisoner. And I'll also be infiltrating their HQ in Los Angeles. Oh, why are you flashbanging me? Hold on. Don't shoot me, please. Clearwater, Florida.
Get out of the building, you're trespassing. You're gonna regret this. It's a promise. You've allowed yourself to become a mindless robot.
And New York City.
Them what Xenu is? What is that?
Thing on like we believe in aliens and stuff like that.
Is that true?
Why risk the lawsuits, potential jail time, and lifetime harassment from this cult, notorious for ruining the life of anyone who speaks out against it for a YouTube video?
Scientology made them sell the properties just so that our grandkids couldn't see them anymore. And that is why I call Scientology a family-destroying human trafficking cult.
People who were in Scientology should be able to get justice for actual crimes that were committed against them.
Well, because I believe with your help, videos like this can help destroy this human trafficking cult. But how did a cult invented by a mentally ill science fiction author brainwash millions of people into believing an alien overlord named Xenu brought billions of frozen aliens to Earth in jets, dumped them into volcanoes, and blew them up with hydrogen bombs, leading to all of humanity's problems? And how did a religion so stupid become one of the most feared and powerful cults in America, compromising some of Hollywood's most famous actors?
So what do you say? We need to clean this place up? Huh? Yeah!
Because we're counting on you.
To LRH.
They own that building. They own most of the buildings around here. In fact, Tom Cruise is supposed to have a penthouse up there.
Yep.
Yep. So, yep, they can suck it.
And in great irony, my journey into Scientology began as a result of their own beautiful building in the heart of New York City's Times Square. As I was exposing scammers, I came in to do a free personality test and realized Scientology might be the biggest scam of them all.
It's crazy out there. It's a zoo out there, man. Right here?
Yeah, so that's what we like. So pretty much the way it works.
Sure.
The test starts. The questions start right here. Multiple choice questions, right? 200 questions, right?
Heard.
You see that?
Damn, that's a
They're
lot.
all very simple.
Thanks, man.
This free personality test is the bait they use to get vulnerable people in the door, to diagnose their life's problems, and then sell them a solution.
See, right here, this is 8 minutes long.
All right.
And this is about the guy who developed the subject, named Ron Hubbard.
Okay.
And he is the founder of the subject.
Am I going to scoot back a little bit?
While my personality test was being scored, I was then exposed to my first Scientology propaganda film, and my journey into their brainwashing
Merry
funnel
Christmas!
had begun.
Communicating what we are trying to do in Scientology.
Open your presents.
To somebody who has no inkling. And one of the most difficult things in the world is to tell somebody who thinks he's a body that he is himself. But they tell one another that man is an animal and that when he dies, he's
I'll be doing a Christmas artwork today. Open Taurus present right now. Oh yeah, what is it?
To understand Scientology, we have to first understand its founder, L. Ron Hubbard, a prolific sci-fi writer who made his living with his imagination, writing over 1,000 books in his life,
that
and
guy's
eventually
just
immersed
weird.
himself into the occult, psychology, and hypnosis, ultimately concluding that the only way to become rich was to make his own religion. So he began luring the naive, hopeless, and spiritually confused into a multi-level marketing scheme where he promised them spiritual enlightenment behind a paywall that never ended.
Life is improved on a gradient. It's improved a little, and then it's improved a little more, and it's improved a little more, and a little more.
He told stories of how 75 million years ago, an evil tyrant collected beings on other planets to be stored in volcanoes on Earth.
Boxed them up in boxes, threw them into space planes.
As this film depicts, the spirits' bodies were destroyed by hydrogen bombs, and today their troubled spirits are attached to human bodies by the thousands. Called
It makes
body
zero
thetans,
sense.
They cause endless problems. Only Scientology knows how to shake them loose.
You talk to them. And when you find out who they are and what they are, what they're doing, and what's making them stick around you, then they blow. And so you pay a lot of money. I mean, you have lots of body thetans. This process takes lots of time.
Then I met a subscriber working as a Scientology recruiter.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your videos.
Okay. Right on. This guy's done a lot.
He does.
Yeah.
He's done a lot. You almost seem like a match.
Huh?
You almost seem like you guys are matched.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is a religion?
Yes. What this is it's based on science, but a lot of it's categorized as a religion because, frankly, we deal with the spirit, and I mean, where else are you going to put spirit in a lot of categories? It's basically Scientology is tools for use for handling life. You know, like if you look at Buddhism, like you look at reincarnation, all that stuff. A lot of that research that's what a lot of this is.
I wondered, what would happen if I too became a Scientologist? How much could I learn from the inside?
Yeah, what was your first name again?
Josh.
Josh.
Nice to
okay.
meet you. Maybe
Easy
we'll
to
talk
remember.
afterwards.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
And my personality test results were ready.
So I didn't score within any of the acceptable ideal ranges?
It didn't come that way, no. But take a look at it this way.
Yeah.
This is just a start.
I'll give you another example of someone you probably know. Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
He's a Scientologist.
He's a Florida guy too.
Yeah, a lot of it is taken from L. Ron Hubbard's, administration tech.
But I'm more of a believer in not the supernatural, but there's something bigger than us here. But I don't know if it's like a god-like figure. I'm wondering what it is. You know?
Like there's other people outside of this.
Oh, I definitely believe in aliens. If that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Yeah, not from the religious standpoint, but I for sure believe that.
Yeah.
There is what we call a grade chart, which actually you progress level by level, and you get more.
Oh,
and more
4 things, nice.
Yourself a technique to actually handle
What was
the
it?
aspect of people hold on to emotions and hold on to things.
Yeah.
For themselves,
like trauma.
Yeah,
okay.
And so you can actually get rid of those experience, not the memory, but the pain or the thing that's emotional connected with it, so that way it doesn't actually affect you. Edward Hubbard, he found that, you know, kind of like when you get rid of like the painful experiences, that people feel better. So as they kind of clear those areas of like, okay, I committed this sin or I committed whatever, it's just done. And that's all the auditor, what do we call it? That's all we do is we actually unchain you, in a sort of speak, from being connected with that withholds. You're not withholding.
Okay, and you guys are religious, so tax-free?
That's right.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah.
No, this is such an interesting world.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, you've been very generous with your time and just explain.
You know why? You know why? Because I saw your video about what you do in other churches. And I was like, oh man, I better be like really nice with you. And this is one of Edward Hubbard's book, which you can have.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I texted my mom. I was like, "Do you know about this?" She said, "Ask them what Xenu is."
Xenu?
What is that?
I can.
What is it?
South Park did a hatchet job for us on Scientology. They're the authoritative thing on, like, we believe in aliens and stuff like that.
Is that true? Is it like extraterrestrial? Like, I'm pretty open-minded to...
Not necessarily, not really. I mean, mostly it's just, you know, scientific.
Well, these guys hadn't even gotten to the OT level required to learn about the galactic overlord Xenu. It made me wonder, how much did a low-ranking Scientologist like these guys you see in recruitment centers in major cities all over actually even know about their own cult? So I headed to Los Angeles. If I was going to learn about what it meant
that the
to
home
be a
of Scientology?
Scientologist, I had to visit the Sea Org, where the elite, full-time Scientologists live in a Scientology compound and offer their labor 24/7 to Scientology in exchange for getting closer to the highest levels of spiritual advancement. But to prevent being recognized, I disguised myself to infiltrate their recruitment
Ain't
center.
no way, dude.
Short film?
Yeah, how about one of the most Dianetics?
I got a couple minutes.
Yeah, come on.
Won't take too long.
You're wearing makeup?
I have some physical disabilities I have to cover.
Oh, okay. Let me show you
What the fuck, dude?
the 5-minute introduction.
Hi there. How are you? Just been looking at the stars.
You what?
Just been looking at the stars.
Oh, yeah. Okay, actually, let me show you this.
Yeah. What is it?
I want you to take this.
What is it?
So that's actually one of the films online.
Dianetics?
Well, it's nice to meet you. I think you should watch it there. That's best.
Now can you show me the film?
Oh, hey, guys.
Thank you, miss. She told me she'd show me the film.
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah.
All right, come on, let's go. Oh, I see. Oh, I got you. Hello, guys.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
What does this mean? What about all are welcome? Bye-bye. What did they tell you? What did they say? They say it's religion?
They were targeting the Hispanics who could not speak English. Predated upon the Hispanics. We saw Shannon in the flesh. Xenu!
My disguise had failed me. This was most likely due to the work of Streets LA, who has committed himself to destroying Scientology after a Scientologist mocked the death of his murdered son.
Oh.
You really should have. Yes, my son died. See, this is my son died because I'm a bad father.
We met up at the infamous Big Blue Building.
Damn.
Members of Scientology's Sea Org live full-time to see what life is like for the most committed members of this cult.
You can't even see inside. Why are they so secretive?
I'm gonna guess that has something to do with guys like you.
Possibly.
Would you guys care to have a friendly conversation? We're just trying to learn more about the church, but no worries if not. Why are you running? Do you guys know about Xenu? Excuse me, sir. Can we discuss Xenu? Could I ask you a question, miss? About your church, your religion? I seek to learn, nothing more, nothing less. I'm stuck. Good evening. Oh, why are you flashbanging me? Hold on. Don't shoot me, please. Hold on. Just let me look at the church. Let me look at the church. Question for you. Is this the Church of Scientology? Sure. 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 Can we talk to you for a little bit?
Is that the animated version of Red Hood? I don't know if they made one of him. The Batman, the animated series Red Hood? I don't know. Wait, what? They made one? Huh. I didn't know he was in the show. I don't remember that. I do not remember that.
Can we talk to you about Xenu? Can we
They're
discuss Xenu?
so weird. They're so weird. It's like they're embarrassed. It's like they're embarrassed
You know about
the
Zeno?
religion. Like, why they can't talk?
Sir, his behavior resembles that of a North Korean. Gentlemen, do you guys know about Zeno? We need to discuss Zeno. We need to discuss the predatory practices of the church.
While none of the Scientologists here would talk to me, William was eager to explain the situation.
Can you tell me about the auditing process?
Essentially, they have a machine that's like essentially a lie detector. And so they ask you personal questions, ask you about your life, ask you about your feelings. They gather all that information. It's recorded visually and with audio, and it's kept and it's archived, but they ask you lots of personal questions. Things like, what do you think about your mother? What do you think about your brother?
Okay.
And you're forced to admit these things because you are hooked up to the lie detector test. If you try to leave, they will use that against you. They'll say, well, you know what? You said these things about your mother. It'd be a shame if they found out about that. What about the crimes you committed at some point? They will use that information against you. So the people that work in here... Shannon is a member of the Sea Org. She works 110 hours a week. She gets paid $47 per week. Actually, she gets paid $0. She gets $47 a week allowance. It's not considered work. It's considered religious volunteering. And so therefore, they get around labor laws. And they get an allowance, but they have to buy their own toiletries and stuff. So they don't get any money. So they're working 14, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't have cell phones. They don't have computers. They don't have access to the outside world. A lot of the people that you see right here come from other countries on religious visas. They take their visas away. And now you're forced to work. But if you want to leave, you don't have your visa in hand. You don't have any ID. What are you to do? You're stuck. So to me, that sounds a lot like human trafficking.
Is this the main point of residence for all of these Scientologists in LA?
Yes, and it's also sort of like their main church too.
How are you? Question for you, sir, while you're here. Do you know about Scientology?
Not much.
Do you want me to teach you about it?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, your neighbor.
I live in there, yeah.
Do you know what they do?
I have no interest in knowing.
Have you seen anything unusual?
Not really.
Are they nice people?
To me, they have been.
Have a good night.
I'm not a Scientologist. No.
I see, okay. You haven't been threatened to kill if you say otherwise?
No.
All right, cool. For sure.
I don't want to kill myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Police, they called the police on you before, though. Police have come over there before, right?
I kicked the police out.
Yeah, I remember that situation.
Why are they calling the police on you?
I have no idea. They made a false alarm. I don't know.
Okay.
But after that, once I kicked them out, they never showed up. I was okay for the first time. Second time, I told them, you better find out who called you, otherwise don't show up on my place, otherwise it will be consequences. So after that, nothing happened like that.
Where his house is, they own the whole block, and he lives on the block right there. He had conversations with us, and because of that, he was rewarded with having the cops called on him.
Why does the police play ball with them and their antics?
Listen, they give a lot of money to the police foundations. They love bomb them. They're quite honestly, I want to separate that relationship. And I feel that over the course of the last year, we really have separated that relationship. I don't think they come to their rescue the way that they had in the past. Let's see if they're coming for us. We're used to them showing up. No, yeah.
That wouldn't have been surprising if they stopped here, came out, show of force, get out of here.
They've called, they may be here for us, believe it or not. They call up their sirens. No, we've had the cops called 50, 60, 70 times. Last week we were here to claim that we were committing burglary at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, just walking down the street.
What are they saying?
Just came up on Citizens app that someone has a kitchen knife 400 feet away, but I don't know if that's right.
So we're the ones with the kitchen knife?
I don't know.
Allegedly, maybe.
Allegedly, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that's what they're...
Okay, report of man threatening person with kitchen knife. What? Are we
What?
the ones with the kitchen knife?
Most likely.
Can you tell us who you are and your experience getting stalked by the Church of Scientology?
It's allegedly stalked. I went to drop William off at his house, and there was a car behind me that I noticed was sitting outside of his house for a minute.
Okay.
And then they waited a minute, and then I saw, finally, they realized I wasn't going to move. They pulled around me, and I noticed that there was a Scientology sticker on the back of their car. I have the photo. Also, if you want to see it.
That's pretty bold.
I stopped.
Another cop car. That's 5 times in a row. I got no knife. I'm innocent. Sorry.
If they were trying to not be obvious, they wouldn't put a sticker on the back of their car.
Sure.
But I think they just wanted to show, like, oh, we know where you live, and like.
And do they know where you live?
Of course. Well, they were outside his It was after I dropped him off, but of course they know where I live.
I don't like that.
They've stalked their family across the country.
What?
Yeah.
All because of TikTok antics.
Yeah, allegedly across the country.
They're going to do a full background check on you. They're going to get your picture. They're going to run you through facial recognition. They're going to do a full background check. They're going to scour the internet. They're going to get every bit of information they can. And they're going to send it to your neighbors saying this is a terrible person. They're going to make up lies about you and stuff like that.
And you mentioned your son. Obviously, it's not a comfortable thing to talk about, but they lied about your son who's no longer alive.
Correct.
So there's no level they will not stoop to attack you, I assume, right?
There is no level that they will stoop to.
They've allegedly slashed my tires like 10 times.
What?
It just so happens that a whole ton of the times that I come out here, I come back to my car, magically the tires are flattened.
Oh, this is their dining area right here. So they come out here to have lunch, dinner. No?
This is for public view to make it seem like it. See these people that live up here? Look at that. So they're not here for...
So this is pure like North Korea-like propaganda exhibition.
It's important you said that because I think that if you want...
So crazy how like these things exist in our society, man.
Another system, I think North Korea is...
Showcase how like
really
weak-minded some people are, easily influenced people are.
Right there. Right there. Feeling stressed, feeling anxious, feeling uncertain. Everyone's feeling those things. 1, 2, 3.
Let's talk about that. So they're talking about feeling uncertain, feeling stressed. Those are those body. There's those body thetans that they think came from the aliens that are infecting us, and the way to get rid of that is get rid of those thetans through auditing, through paying hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I want you to set it straight. Is this a religion or is this a business?
It's a business. It's a multi-level marketing scheme.
What is the objective? To make money or to help people?
Their main goal is to help Scientology survive at this point. I want to know
Also,
that.
look at this van. You think that's a Kaiser guy?
That's where they transport them back and forth from different facilities. They have the vans and they have the buses.
So tell me about the most famous rapist Scientologist.
Yeah, Danny Masterson. He was known rapist, convicted rapist. He served.
Oh, Danny Masterson from the '70s show.
Right now, as we speak.
I love that
Church of
show.
Scientology funded his legal team.
They funded the private investigative work and all the sort of black ops to smear the victims, but also target the detectives that were investigating the case.
Really, if you can prevent recruitment, continue to make them look a fool, as in just show what their beliefs actually are to the common public, this cult will die eventually.
Yeah, information is going to put this cult out of business.
You know the irony of it too? He played as the character who believed in conspiracy theories and who was rebellious.
If you believe in your product, if you believe in your organization, you believe in your religion, you should want to try to get your message out to the world. Somebody's here with a camera that has millions of followers. You think they want to come out and get their story told, but instead they retreat behind there. That says a lot.
In fact, they don't just dislike negative PR. They actively sue and defame any of their outspoken members who have left the church and exposed its inner workings, like Aaron Smith-Levin, Tori Magoo, and the niece of Scientology's leader, David Miscavige, Jenna Miscavige, whose aunt Shelley has mysteriously gone missing. Before I infiltrate Scientology's Church of Spiritual Technology, a fortified compound in Twin Peaks, California, rumored to hold Shelley Miscavige as a prisoner, let's hear from 3 former Sea Org members who signed a $1 billion year-long contract to work for Scientology. But real quick, have you ever gotten into a car accident that wasn't your fault or gotten hurt at work? Well, your injury could be worth millions, but insurance companies often lowball their clients. If you become Morgan & Morgan's clients, they'll fight to get you.
Initially, we lived in an apartment with another couple. We had one bedroom and they had another bedroom, and then the kids would sort of stay in the living room on bunk beds. While our parents were working during the day, we would be at the nursery where they would teach us sort of the ABCs. Even before kindergarten age, we were learning those.
There's not much a kid that age can do in Scientology. Yeah. They didn't really want us being outside of the nursery.
But then we would have family time for like a couple hours in the evening, which was just where our parents would come to the apartment and we could spend time with them. But then that got canceled when I was about 4. And so from then on, I only saw them once a week.
What drew you to want to be one of these auditors?
They had this whole secret language that they used, which is part of every cult. They all looked and sounded so happy. They were very passionate about auditing. So I thought, this is perfect.
But it wasn't really a school. It was kind of like a child labor camp. So basically half the day we would do heavy manual labor, which was like digging trenches, hauling rocks, planting trees, digging rows for vegetable gardens. It wound up being like 30 hours a week that we were doing like labor. We would do schooling in the afternoon, but there were no grades. So it was a bunch of kids from 5 years old to 17 years old in the same room.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there was no teacher at the front of the room teaching you stuff. You had a self-led checklist, which you followed. None of the kids got a diploma. Like, we weren't being given a standard education. So when I was 12, then I was sent to Clearwater, Florida. My parents were still in California.
And then we were sent to Clearwater, Florida, where I live now, and started studying, training, and working full-time for Scientology. This Scientology organization here in Clearwater, Florida is the highest level and largest Sea organization base in the world.
Last month, for the first time in Clearwater's history, a city council candidate endorsed by Scientology won their election with a margin small enough that the Scientology vote itself was the determining factor in the outcome of the election. David Miscavige now has Clearwater's political establishment exactly where he's been trying to get you for decades, which is completely beholden to keeping Scientology happy in order to retain power.
When you come to Clearwater, do things get better or worse?
Better in that there's not as much manual labor, but worse in that I basically see my parents once from the time I'm 12 till I'm 16. And I'm not allowed to speak to them.
The Sea organization is Scientology's most dedicated core of workers.
They basically wear military uniforms. They sign 1 billion year contracts, or they basically dedicate lifetime after lifetime to the Sea Org.
They feed you what you get.
Yeah.
You work 24/7. You get paid $35 or $50 a week. It's like a whole controlled thing. You know, your life is over once you join the Sea Org. So I joined the Sea Org. I did the whole life thing, and then I run out of my medicine for epilepsy. And so I say, look, I've got to get a refill on my medicine. And they go, medicine? You have to go through the MLO. And I'm out on a ship out in LA Harbor. I'd go down and see this kid who's like 18 years old and totally not medically trained at all.
Okay.
And he goes, well, you're in the Sea Org, and we're the top 10% of the planet, so we don't take medicine. You're going to have to do our program, which is Dianetics and vitamins. And instead, I start having grand mal seizures, and it's awful.
Why would anyone want to join the Sea Org?
So if you're a Scientologist and you believe in L. Ron Hubbard's story, we here on Earth are basically living on a prison planet. If you believe in the story of the nature of existence and reality, nothing could be more important than dedicating the rest of your life to freeing all humankind from this prison planet. And that with enough Scientology auditing, you can not only regain all your past life memories, but gain the ability to skip the Between Lives implant station after the next time that you die. So that everything you do in Scientology, not only will you remember it next lifetime, but you'll retain all of the gains and abilities that you had. I believed in that in all of your previous lives, you've been a king a million times, you've been a queen a million times, you've been a president, you've been a CEO. Okay. The only thing you've never done is Scientology, because it's never existed before.
Do you know about the volcanoes and the Phaetons and Xenu at this point?
I never did any of the confidential Scientology levels. And
so the most absurd beliefs are paywalled.
They owe me $1 million.
How do you get to OT3? What's your first reaction learning about Xenu?
My first reaction was, you gotta be kidding me. I was sick and out on the ship. All of a sudden I realized 75 million years ago, this evil warlord named Xenu, and I'm like, come on, this can't be. And then all of a sudden I think about it and I think, doctors don't know what causes seizures. Maybe it is these BTs and clusters, which are part of the Xenu thing. OT5 is this exact same thing as OT3, except OT3, it's like these spirits are all over your body and you have to get rid of them. But OT5, they could be 5 feet away, across the room. They could be across the country. They could be on Mars. That's why people go insane.
And
how did you have time to meet a wife?
oh, well, you're working with Sea Org members.
You're just like, you want to get married, or?
Yeah, really. It really is.
Because you guys don't have time to flirt or get to know each other. You're just like, you and me, you want to do this thing?
Walk around the block a few times during the 30 minutes for exercise.
What happens after you meet your husband and get married?
So they wouldn't allow us to get married for a long time because they were concerned that my parents would have to come to my wedding, and his uncle had like looked at some anti-Scientology site, so they wouldn't let us get married. So we actually had sex before we were married. So we were like in big trouble.
How did they find out?
He confessed. Well, because they were constantly interrogating us and him.
What the fuck?
Yes, during the auditing sessions, yes. And also he thinks that he's like, that if he did something bad, that he's gonna ruin his eternity. They wound up like separating us. They like hid him away constantly. And when they tried to take him away, I basically like just went on this full out hunt looking for him, going to the other Scientology building, even like busting down doors. And basically they were telling him that if he talked to me, then he would never see his family again. Yeah, so they were having him be interrogated in the basement of the blue buildings in LA and being followed by a security guard all day. Finally, they would not tell me where he was. I actually was like having a mental breakdown at this point, just like all of the isolation, all of the control. I actually wound up hanging myself out a 5th-story building and was like, you need to bring him here or else I'll just let go. And so then they brought him to me. Basically, I knew that they cared about PR.
Oh, so you threatened to kill yourself in front of them if they didn't bring him back?
Yeah.
And do you think they brought him back because they cared about you, or?
No, they brought him back because I'm Jenna Miscavige and that would look horrible on them. That's literally all they care about. They didn't care about me. Yeah, so after we got through this whole crazy program interrogation, we wound up getting married. A couple people from his family were there, and then we went right back to work after it.
What drives you to leave the Sea Org?
Just the misery of feeling like you're constantly fighting a battle every day. I still believed in the mission of Scientology, but I was like, I'm already giving my all. I don't need to be giving my all and be made to feel like I'm a bad guy.
They wound up sending us on a mission to Australia to help them find a new building and to fundraise for it. To be honest, I think that they were sending us there to get rid of me, because I was starting to revolt against things at this time. And so when we were in Australia, it was like the first time I was around people who weren't Scientologists. I was like, oh, they're normal and cool.
So I looked on the topics, and one of them is by Mary Tabioyan, and it says, ladies, if you're thinking of joining the Sea Org, read this. And I open it up, and it's all about enforced abortion, which I didn't know they were doing. They don't tell anybody that.
Because of the commitment that it requires, you are not allowed to have children. If you get pregnant, you're pressured to have an abortion. And by the way, this has changed in recent years because of the legal problems that it creates.
I can imagine.
Your seniors, your coworkers, and the ethics officer will basically give you a bunch of stuff to study and say, what's the greatest good? It's the greatest good for you to get an abortion and continue to work in the Sea Org. When she got pregnant, I literally said, Heather's pregnant, we're not getting an abortion, and so we'll be needing to leave.
It was all really descriptive. So I just sat and cried for like 4 hours. I just couldn't stop crying. That was it. I just realized, wait a minute, this is the end of the line for me. I'm not going to support a group where they make women get abortions.
Well, when we were in Australia as well, I was actually able to be in contact with my parents.
Okay.
And they would tell me some things about like how that were being reported at the time, some things they witnessed about my uncle Dave beating people and treating them horribly, making them sleep under their desks.
So around 2009, a whole bunch of former Scientology executives who had been famous names in Scientology started speaking out in the press for the first time about how horrifically abusive it was working for David Miscavige at the International Management Base in Gilman Hot Springs, California. Now, for me as a good little Scientology soldier, that took everything I thought I knew and just turned it upside down. Okay. And I was like, I thought that no matter how terrible it was working in the Sea Org in LA or in Philly, that the closer you got to David Miscavige, the better it would be. And it turns out, the higher up you got and the closer you got to David Miscavige,
the worse it got.
I mean, one day at work, my ex-husband got a call. They were like, can I speak to Dallas Hill? He got on the phone and they're like, yeah, I'm a good Samaritan. I have a police scanner and there's 2 people that are following you every day and have been for the last month.
Once someone is considered an enemy of Scientology, which means they are somehow speaking out to the press, to the public, speaking out in a way that causes bad PR, bad repute for Scientology, they are a suppressive person, which is the same thing as being labeled an enemy, and they are fair game, which means any Scientologist can do anything to ruin and utterly destroy those people without any consequences from the Scientology authorities.
Fucking weirdos, bro.
3 people to write
Fucking weirdos.
24/7. 365 days a year. Besides the lies, you know, they broke into my house, they stole all my receipts that I had for money. You know, they brainwashed my husband, so he was against me.
There was one key Scientology executive who sent out an email to all Scientologists saying, L. Ron Hubbard good, Scientology great, David Miscavige bad, stop supporting him. That was a big deal in Scientology. My mom was sharing that email with important Scientologists, so she got kicked out. So then they come to me and they go, you gotta disconnect from your mom or you're gonna get kicked out. I said I would disconnect, but I didn't, and I lied about that for a couple years, and eventually due to Scientology's spying and snitching culture, they kept catching me in this lie. They realized I was never gonna disconnect from my mom. So they go, okay, you're out. So then they go to my wife. I say I keep it short because it's always hard for me to discuss, but it's impossible. I'm still gonna try to keep it short. Okay, so they go to my wife and they say, you have to divorce Aaron or you're out. And she goes, well, that's not gonna happen. And they go, okay, you're out. So then they go to her parents and they say, you have to disconnect from Heather and your 3 granddaughters or you guys are gonna get kicked out. Heather's parents have 3 other kids who are all either Scientologists or connected to Scientologists or married to Scientologists. And so her parents disconnect from her and our kids, and they basically never saw them again, even though they live just a few miles down the road. And then Heather's father died. And just to show you how insidious it gets, and honestly, this helps explain why I'm so dedicated to doing everything I can to take down Scientology and why I do it as often as I do. Her father owned a bunch of properties. 2 of the properties that he owned were right across the street from where we were living. I mean, at this point, our kids were like, I don't know, 2, 4, and 6. Were they 5, 7, and 9? They were young. So whenever we would see them across the street doing maintenance, we would tell our kids to go over and say hi. And their grandparents would run away from them and run inside the house. But the kids just thought it was a game or whatever, and sometimes the kids would catch them and sometimes they wouldn't. So eventually, Heather's parents had to report themselves to Scientology for talking to the kids. And Scientology said, well, is this gonna continue to be a problem? And Scientology made them sell the properties just so that our grandkids couldn't see them anymore. And that is why I call Scientology a family-destroying human trafficking cult. Clearwater is the last place that Scientology is going to give up ground or sell property.
Aaron, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Let's go see if I can sneak in.
Okay.
Before we infiltrate Scientology's headquarters in Clearwater, Florida, I want to ask the local non-Scientologist residents who live here their thoughts about Scientology buying up a significant portion of downtown, turning it into a ghost town infested with brainwashed Scientologists. Can I join Scientology? Can I join, please? Please, 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 no! Right there, another one. You can see them in the suits. What are your thoughts on Scientology?
Is he, what the hell?
Case in point. The vibes here were creepy. Don't let me stress you out, it's no worries. See you later. I don't even know what to make of these people anymore. So I want to establish how empty this is. It's 3 o'clock right now, to be fair, but take a look. There's not a ton going on. Like, this is a ghost city. What am I, in North Korea? Am I in Pyongyang right now? Where are the people? To be the Clearwater building, restored 1995 by the Church of Scientology. And back there I saw Scientologists enter the building. Camera, 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 camera. 5 cameras on this one street. Right in this car, we have 2 Scientology members. Right there, you have the vests on.
I think they've taken over the city too much. It's a cult.
Nope, they suck.
How long have you noticed them here?
Oh, they've been here for years. They own that building. They own most of the buildings around here. In fact, Tom Cruise is supposed to have a penthouse up there. They can suck it.
They own too much.
Too much?
I didn't realize how much they actually owned.
Okay.
So they actually own more than what I thought.
I suppose we're just like most of Clearwater.
Afraid they're gonna take over, buy up real estate?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they already have.
Are locals concerned to speak out and let the?
So.
It's not a religion, that's a cult. That is
Keep
total
going.
cult.
Yeah.
Total cult. They don't belong here. I hate them. I
Okay.
can't stand them.
And what is their relationship with people who live here like you?
I really don't have any relationship with them.
Okay.
You know, I mean, they don't bother me. I think as long as they're pulling their share and paying taxes and doing, you know, but I do think that maybe they own a little bit too much property.
Do you have any thoughts on Scientology here in Clearwater? Are you a member?
I've got plenty, but I have probably stronger thoughts on people attacking you without permission with a camera on your face.
Well,
please delete that video.
Do you have any thoughts you'd like to share? We can blur your face.
What?
I want the card from your camera.
What's up?
The card out of your camera.
We're not gonna give you the card, but we will walk away and we will delete it.
It's you.
No.
Can I have your ID?
No. Thank you though.
What
Have a
the
good one.
fuck was that? Oh no.
Scientology? No. Honestly, Scientology's got a grasp on the public vocal cords out here. I'm trying to collect the public's opinion on Scientology and here in downtown Clearwater. Do you have any thoughts you'd like to share?
No opinion.
No opinion? All right. Thank you. Truly a tough scene out here. Do you have any opinions on Scientology you'd like to share for a
No,
video
I don't,
survey?
thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Oh man, good old Florida. Our guy here is probably gonna shoot us, so we're gonna go this way. I wonder if he is Scientology. I highly doubt it due to his initial response, and then he got a little spooked. He said he wanted the SD card to be pulled out and deleted. Not that deep. How are they here?
Maybe trauma. They're not nice to the locals. I would never care if someone else did that.
If it was your way, would you prefer they all leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
And would you like to see more Scientologists here? Okay.
I'd love for them to go. They're taking up too much property. They don't share their 990s, which give us financial information to know how they're using it and where and why.
Yeah.
They don't even let their adherents understand how much money they have and why they're buying up so much property. So less is more.
And how much influence do you think they hold here in Clearwater?
Way too much influence, but they're protected because they're designated by the government as a religious nonprofit. There's nothing religious about what they do other than the fact that they're a cult. It's going to take higher ups than you or me to make sure something changes. But I love what you're doing.
Thank you for having the courage
Good
to speak
luck.
up. Thank you,
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
There are Scientologists behind me. We're trying to get perspective from non-Scientologists here in Clearwater.
I'm a Scientologist.
You are? Okay, what are your thoughts on Scientology?
I love it.
Love it?
Oh, he
How
loves
have you been
it.
a Scientologist?
I'm a Muslim actually, but I like Scientology that much.
How much?
I first heard of Scientology.
A Muslim
I like it.
Scientologist?
Here in Clearwater?
No, in Illinois.
In Illinois?
Illinois.
Did you just get done with the shift?
No.
No? What are you up to today?
Just walking around, going back to the library.
Okay. Would you prefer there are more Scientologists here in Clearwater?
Probably, but from what I can tell.
Yeah. What OT level are you?
What's OT?
That's your rank.
I told you I'm a Muslim. I just
see.
like Scientology.
I see. Do you know about Xenu?
No. No, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm puzzled. Do you think they are good or bad here for Clearwater? I swear to God, I'm in a Twilight episode right now. How long have you been in Scientology, miss?
So weird.
I'm just in Cult City, I guess.
While most of the non-Scientologists here seemed a bit too spooked to voice their opinion on the growing influence of Scientology in their town, I decided to go undercover as a Scientologist to see if I could get inside their headquarters, while Aaron and Jenna protested from the outside.
Know of any SEER members who are looking for blow? Can you ask them to contact the SPTV Foundation? We can help get them back to their families, back to their country if they're here legally overstayed their visa. We can get them a job, get them a place to live, get them transportation. I'd appreciate it. I mean, you know how it is. I used to be in the Sea Org. I know how it is. God bless and be strong. Sir, if you find any Sea Org members who are looking to blow, can you have them contact the SPTV Foundation? Thanks. Help us spread the word.
My hope was that the Scientologists would see me getting harassed and hurriedly let me inside the building.
Hey, sir, I'll tell you what. If you or any other Sea Org members are looking to blow, can you have them
Oh
contact the
my
SPTV
God.
Foundation? We can help you get back to your family. We can help you reconnect with people you've been disconnected from. We can help you get a job, get a place to live, get transportation, help us spread the word. It's contact at the SPTV Foundation. We can help you escape whenever you want. Help us spread the word.
No way that's gonna work. No way that's gonna work.
Appreciate it, sir. Have a good day.
Oh, it did not work.
But they weren't as stupid as I thought they were, leaving me no other choice but to find a different.
Sir, we can get you.
You're gonna regret this. That's not a threat. That's a promise. Where's the public sidewalk?
Good.
Where's the property line? What's your name, boy? What's your name, boy? COB sent me. You're gonna regret this.
Hey, you're not welcome here. You're trespassing. You know what? We're trespassing still where you are. We're calling the police.
You should. He said, get back to work. They couldn't even keep their parking garage secure. Classic gooners.
And then I saw this Scientologist open a side door that looked perfect for infiltration.
Oh my God.
Where are you trying to go?
COB sent me.
I'm sorry?
COB sent me.
You go this way.
But real quick,
What?
there are some things so insane YouTube won't let us upload.
Yo, graphic is going, dude.
Fit it up or something.
Oh my God. How you doing, graphic? How was your Christmas, dude? Or how was Christmas Eve?
You can head that way.
Yeah?
You're actually trespassing right now.
Am I?
Yeah.
You have credentials?
Yeah.
COB sent me.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be docked. It's docked after your score. COB sent me. You failed the security test. You absolutely failed that security test. Enjoy the gulag, my friend. Who took the locks off these doors? Did you guys forget to lock them? He failed the security test. That's for damn sure. You are donezo in Scientology, my friend. Failed the audit. That is for sure.
Yeah, go ahead. You're trespassing. The second
So far, so good. Trying to finish the Xmas present piece. Nice. What is it? What character is it?
I will. Am I in public?
I'm doing my Christmas piece tonight. I mean, after, after,
I see the liver failure in your face, you sick old man. You should. I'm walking on the sidewalk here. I'm walking here, 60 photos a second.
We're trespassing.
Yeah? You look like a demon. It's a spawn of Satan right here.
Hey, Ron, my boy.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Who are you? Who are you?
Why don't you come on in?
Come on in where? Come on in where?
Right here. You're trespassing.
I'm trespassing.
Come on.
Sir, I think you have leprosy. Your face is falling off.
We need to get you medical attention.
I think you're in urgent need of medical care, sir. Have you been to a doctor lately?
I think so, huh?
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Were you in the Game of Thrones?
All jokes aside, you do need medical treatment immediately. Looks demonic.
Sir, Scientology.
The Dallas Cowboy football player? Oh, nice.
Are you an OT? Sir, too much CalMag, sir. That's what happens.
Get him some vitamins.
CalMag makes your skin fall off your face, buddy. This man is in urgent need of medical care. Please call an ambulance. His face is about to fall off.
But they weren't as coordinated as I thought. I somehow managed to sneak onto their official shuttle buses.
Huh? Excuse me? I'm on assignment with COB.
Well, that's what security says.
She doesn't know. I'm letting you know if she tells me to get off, you're gonna fail this assignment. For your own sake, I would highly suggest you disregard what she just said.
No, I will listen to what she says.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I'm listening.
Even if you fail the assignment?
Yes, I will listen to what she says.
Okay. Goodbye, sir.
Get off the bus.
I was in the process. He let me on the bus. He let me on the bus. I'm not an intruder. COB sent me.
And soon enough, the police swarmed the area on behalf of Scientology.
Am I being detained?
Right now, you're just being issued a trespass from 210 South Fort Harrison. As long as you're on the sidewalk, you're good to go.
Amazing. Are you guys members?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Just a happy member of Scientology. What are your thoughts on Scientology?
You know that's not my job to have any kind of opinion on that.
Good answer. Fair enough. I'll give you a fist bump. All right. Thanks again. This guy's legit. Is this the complainant?
Yeah.
Oh, he's honking at me in the middle of the street trying to hit me, it looks like. How you guys doing? Are we good?
This is private property. 215 South Fort Harrison and 210 South Fort Harrison is private property. So if you come back again, we're going to call the police so you get arrested.
I don't speak English. Can you say it in Spanish?
He can translate for you in Spanish if you like.
I'll spare you. I'll spare you. Have a good day, guys. Do they run the show?
I have no idea. I'm not with the church.
Do you guys do off-duty with the church?
Do we do off-duty?
Yeah.
We have off-duty.
No conflict of interest?
That's what the city does, so that's not part of what my job is.
Oh my God.
Who gets off duties? That's a private contract. So, do you understand everything that they said?
Mostly.
He can translate it in Spanish if you need to.
Sure, I'll take it.
Okay. So estás siendo traspasado de dosis. ¿Entendido?
Yo entiendo. Gracias, señor.
De nada.
Adios. Which property is this?
You're trespassing.
I thought I got trespassed over there, though.
You understand private property is?
I thought I got trespassed over there.
You're trespassing here too.
Really?
That's right.
I don't think that's true, though.
I don't care what you think.
Oh, damn, that's badass. Why do you wear a mask?
Tyler, what did you come out here for? You think this is going to be good content?
You tell me.
I don't know, Tyler.
What's your first name?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, you're right. Because you've allowed yourself to become a mindless robot. How many lives have you lived? I bet you were a pedophile in a past life. Maybe.
Oh my God.
Goodbye. Hello. Is this a bank?
Sir,
Yes.
there's a sign right there.
Yes.
So please put your camera down.
It's open to the public, though, no? Is this a bank?
Sir.
What is this?
You're trespassing, sir. It's private property.
But I'm a member.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You know my name? Good to meet you. Can I just get your quick CPO Matt Pullman security guard? Well, I was trespassed from those two buildings, though.
Okay. So this is private property and I'm telling you to leave.
Okay, real quick. I'm leaving.
Sir, you're trespassing. You need to leave.
They are trespassing me again. I'm on my way out. As I walk, he knew my name. God bless Scientology. Don't fucking touch me. Yep, don't touch me. Glad you have a mask because I don't want any of that shit on me. I'm on my way. That's right. Man, shut your mouth. Where are you going, secret agent? Where did you come from? You spawned out of thin air. Are you going to go recruit some more children to your cult? What are your objectives today, young man? Free yourself from the prison you've allowed yourself to become a part of. Yo, he has a secret path. Do you own this property? Where are you going? Where is he going?
After documenting the scale of Scientology's presence in downtown Clearwater, I still had one question for Jenna. Where is Shelley Miscavige, her aunt and the wife of David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology?
The truth is that initially Shelley is a victim. She was in Scientology as a child, grew up in Scientology, but she married my uncle before he became the leader of Scientology, and since he's been the leader of Scientology, she has been his right-hand woman, involved in every single thing that he has done, whether it's the Lisa McPherson case, whether it's the treatment of me as a child. I believe that they had a falling out, but Leah Remini saw her in 2005 and reported her missing, I believe 8 years later. So Leah Remini isn't somebody who would have seen Shelley on a daily basis.
Shelley is alive?
I know she is. I can't give up my sources, but she not only has been seen, but is seen regularly by people who I very much trust in Crestline, California, working at the Scientology base. Shelley wants to be there. She is in a cult. Everyone probably who's an abuser was at one point a victim.
Sure.
But she is an adult who separated me from my family. She knows everything that he knows. She's a part of everything that he was a part of. And so, yeah, she's not a victim in the same way that we've been thinking, that people think of her as.
So I pulled up to Twin Peaks, California myself to see if I could infiltrate the Church of Spiritual Technology, a fortress designed to protect L. Ron Hubbard's teachings in titanium capsules and underground vaults built to withstand the nuclear apocalypse. Could I become the first person to infiltrate and document the inside of this fortress? And was Shelley Miscavige being held as a prisoner
Oh
here?
my
I'm running
God.
off of 4 hours of sleep.
sleep the last 3 days. Let's go in, see if we can make some magic happen. Maybe we find Shelly. My plan was simple. Sneak in from the forest, jump the fence,
Oh my God.
find the nuclear bunker, Scientologists working in the area, record as much as possible, and escape without being detected. And luckily for me, I found this sky bridge connecting one part of the compound to the other.
CST is a secretive Scientology organization whose role is to store L. Ron Hubbard's works in
Sorry, I'm trying to finish this piece.
perishable
Like this is like what do you call it? This is a remix art piece from the Artbook guys. From the Marvel's Capcom Artbook, was I'll show you guys in a little bit.
I was in.
So the cottage where Shelly is just beyond this wall and this walkway. Okay.
But I was not alone here. And then I saw my first Scientologist in the area.
Oh my God, don't they have cameras?
After thinking quick and hiding, I narrowly avoided being caught and then noticed some luxury log cabins in the area. But who was living here?
Here is where it is believed Shelly to be living.
Oh my God, dude. Why do I feel like this is fake?
Now, one of the buildings on this property is the secret entrance to the underground vault that exists on this property.
What?
But where was it?
I mean, I think this is a pretty good art piece for a quick, piece, guys. We made this in. Okay, never mind. It was not that quick. Never mind. No, it was like 3 hours, I think.
Why was there a kid's trampoline outside one of these homes?
Bro, what the fuck is this guy doing?
The light was on, but who called this house home?
I think it will take me long on this one. It'll take me that long on this. Oh, really?
And any Scientologist would actually get in trouble.
Well, I mean, it's like
you guys watched.
I mean, the blends and all, right?
Would even get in trouble if in an auditing session or
I think because they took a little bit longer because like the marker and like the bigger paper and all that.
of this base,
But
and
yeah.
having spent time touring it on Google Earth or on the YouTube drone footage, it really is incredible to believe that Scientology controls its members, thoughts, behaviors, and actions in that way.
As I hid behind the trees, I noticed a Scientologist keeping guard in the distance and was convinced her and I made direct eye contact. So I decided to preserve the footage I had and run for my life.
What the fuck? But isn't he like recording himself breaking a breaking a crime or something? Like, I mean, he did break in on private property.
narrowly escaping what may be Shelley's prison, you might be wondering how you too can help destroy Scientology.
Oh my God.
The best way to stop Scientology from growing is just to stop new people from getting in.
You've got to let the kids.
Yeah, just be like, yo, I'm broke. Remember Tyler's on suicide just before this was taken down. Sorry, but the disguise was terrible. They knew instantly. Well, she didn't know instantly. She like realized it after she got close. When he asked that skin thing. Like she didn't realize it like right away. I mean, he has probably lower luck because he literally just videotaped himself breaking the internet. So, anyways, all right, guys. All right, guys. So I'm done for today, guys. Merry Christmas, everybody. So today we just did a remix of our new art book, which is the Mars Capcom. Oh, so it was page 235 or 45, one of those two. So here, hold up, we kind of went too far. Here it is. So we made a remix of these right here, pretty much. It's pretty much right here, so it's kind of like put it together. So I decided to do 3 faces, like I never like did something like this before. And so yeah, we decided to do 3 faces of my own characters, which is Think of, Bear the Hero, and also Froggo the Frog. So yeah, we did a remix of this right here. I do want to do a remix of page 83. But I obviously I was like, I'm gonna need more time for this one. But another one I want to do is this one right here, guys. I want to do a classic Nintendo like kind of like game cover. I want to do something like this for sure too as well, like for my characters of like straight out like it's from like a video game cover. And yeah, that's like I want to do that very very soon. So these 2 projects will be like for sure around February or next month, which is very soon, because I am preparing for so I'm preparing for 3 conventions right now, which again, we don't have to prepare a lot, by the way, guys, because we finished a lot last year or this year, sorry. But we gotta do. I want to do some stuff for Comic-Con, Pasadena. It's only 1 day. It's just short. It's a short convention, so I'm not really expecting much from it, but you never know. And then we have Nostalgicon again this year. Last year was pretty good, even though I was in a very bad spot. I still did pretty good. Well, so we'll see how that goes because they're actually adding an extra day, so that's really cool. And then I'm also doing Anime Expo this year too as well. So my hope is to do more shows, more art shows, this year coming up. And so I want to prep for every single one of them because again, I don't have to have brand new items for the store for my artist alley booth stuff like that. I just want to have new stuff so I could like showcase, so I could do like so I could do so I could stand up in the crowd pretty much. And mostly like all the traditional art stuff, guys, will be around when we're getting close to doing an art show. That'll be like the plan pretty much. I got skateboards, I got some spray cans left, and yeah, so and I also got canvases too as well. So we have those in the back burner, so that's great. And yeah, we'll see what we do, honestly. But yeah, Merry Xmas, everybody. I'll be back on later on today. And later on today, guys, we're gonna be working on the community drawing of the snowman. We're gonna be building a snowman kind of character where you guys will be involved. If you guys want to be a part of it, all you gotta do is just join my Discord, use the points on Discord, or join my Twitch, claim the points on Twitch, or subscribe today on the channel, whether it's on Kick or Twitch, or become a member on YouTube. You guys will be added into the community drawing. So I'll be making it today for Christmas. I don't know if we're gonna finish it, but we're gonna try to finish most of it. I'm gonna sketch out some of it off stream, and then I will be continue working from there. But yeah, I'm gonna get off right now, guys, because I'm gonna do a YouTube video right now. My goal is to sleep around 3 o'clock. Because it's gonna be a quick video. I think it's gonna be a crazy video because it's about like Twitter's new AI update, which is kind of crazy. Because it's about editing images, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But anyways, I did upload a new short too, guys, of a new sketch artwork that I worked on for Christmas too as well. So if you guys want to check that out, it is on YouTube and also on my TikTok. We uploaded it on Instagram right now. And then yeah, like I said, a lot of cool content for you guys. It's coming out right now, and just keep a lookout for that. I'm super excited. But yeah, 2026, guys, 2026. A lot more videos coming out very soon, guys. Than just art topics. We got two videos. My tier list for Artist Alley for right now, which was only 3, but I'm gonna explain like my cons and my pros and the mistakes I made, and then also another video, the goal for 2026, and the third video of living with nerd damage as an artist. So it's like, I think it'll be very interesting videos, away from like art topics kind of thing. So keep a lookout for those, and then hopefully I'll be able to do my Texas vlog as well soon too. I'm almost done with it. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of art piece I should make for the Texas vlog. So I'm kind of like working on that right now. So I'm trying to figure out what was a cool idea. And also there's another video before all of that, and that is the 3 betas. I actually had a chance to play all 3 betas of Invisible Versus, Avatar like the fighting game, and also Tokon, Marvel Tokon. I played all those 3 games, so I think it'd be a cool perspective for me. I'm doing a cool art piece for that. And I'll be like, obviously like reviewing like the art style for each series game, and also the fighting game, and like I'll showcase some really cool moments that we had playing those games. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff I'm working on right now. I really want to play some games, guys, so that's hopefully like as soon as things are calmed down, I'll be able to finally play games. Every time I think these are gonna come down, something happens. I'm really annoyed by it, I'm not gonna lie. But all right, guys, peace out, what's up? I'll see you guys on the next stream. And again, Merry Christmas. Bye, everybody. Oh, wait. Bye.